Life is a journey. Never let it rest. Turn your good into better and your best into best. And you deserve to be happy. You deserve to live a life you are excited about. Don't let others to make you forget that and make you think that you are not important. And so we all need to stand together and do what you love to do best. Good morning. Good morning to all the great sons, daughters, mothers, fathers of our country. It's good to return this morning. We've got the issues this morning to talk about. Too many issues to talk about. Like I've always said, the state of the nation is hopeless under the unprepared president of our country. So every day we've got other issues to talk about, not in the interest of the people of our country. How did you arrive at this point? But certainly we're here to do our best. Today is the birthday of one of my daughters, my biological child. Though I'm not telling you, say. And so today she celebrates her birthday. And it's the namesake of my mother. And so we want to say happy birthday to you, Ma Salema, to Sharif, your brother, your sister, and all family members are wishing you a happy birthday. Wish you many more years to come. Okay, so we've got the issues to talk about this morning, yeah? To all of you joining us from all around the country and also on our various platforms, we want to say thank you for joining us, by the way. We're live in Mangibi, we're live in Bangabong County, we're live in other counties across Liberia. My name is Sekou, and I'm Sekou Sharif. Inshallah, with the blessing of my parents and the protection of Allah, we'll be here this morning serving you breakfast up to 10 o'clock on the show. Fascinating. We've got the issues. Trust me. We've got the issues to talk about. You don't want to miss it. Let me say good morning to my co-pilot, Samira. Good morning.
Good morning to you, Sekou, and good morning to our most beloved and cherished Liberians. It's great to be here this morning. Wherever you are joining us from, welcome to the program Good Morning Liberia. And following us live on Facebook, you would like to share the live video and invite a friend to participate because we are going to start a fascinating podcast as you heard it from Sekou Sharif. But it's great to be here this morning, Sekou. Let me say a happy blessed birthday to your kid. Your birthdays comes once a year. So when it comes, you have to celebrate with child children as they are growing home, as they are growing up. Excuse me, as they are growing up, we would like to celebrate with them. And I always see that fatherly love between the both of you. And all of your children, though, you always treat them as they should be treated. But how are you this morning? Last night there was a heavy storm.
Yeah.
After this morning, very much heavy.
Some people say the same thing that happening in America won't happen in Liberia.
The earthquake was
Yeah,
happening there. But seriously, the storm was very heavy, and it had some thing over my house shaking. Yes, it was very, very much terrible this morning. I woke up and I was up almost the whole morning. Yeah, seriously. Yeah, and it's something it been bringing down billboards across the country.
But we
Something that is
enter the
scary.
period of such, though. So we need to accept all these things. That's it. That's the season we're entering.
And secondly, to
Yeah.
Seku, the cutting all of the trees.
Yeah.
The people just, yeah,
Deforestation.
they're just doing that and doing it and doing it. So the storm will continue to come.
So sometimes when you see uh the folks are saying that, oh, you don't need to cut the trees and everything.
Mm-hmm,
Sometimes people see it different, right?
mm-hmm.
But these are things that people look at from distance and try to give, the warning that we shouldn't do it.
Sure.
But that is it.
Yeah.
Sarah, what do we have on the plate today? Yesterday we made a mistake. We did not acknowledge our viewers.
Yes, we have to roll quickly to the international correspondence.
Mm,
But this morning we will do that.
mm.
Certainly, we will do that. So the first and foremost thing this morning is after our acknowledgement, we will um, phone in our international correspondents from Ghana, from Sierra Leone, from Nigeria, and the Gambia.
Mm.
We will phone in them so that they bring us happiness from their country. We want to know what is happening across the world, and we want you guys to know. So we will do that at 7:30 this morning, and that will take us up to 8 o'clock. We've got the issues to talk about this morning. At 8 o'clock, Good Morning Liberia will pay host to the Honorable Yeke Koluba from District number 10 via phone. We will phone him in so that he give us insight about some of the things that's going on. Too many news coming in. We want to hear it from the house's mouth. So we'll call him and he'll be able to tell us what are these things that's going on. As you all know, Yeke have been in the news these 2 days.
Mhm.
So we'll bring him at your disposal so that you hear it from the house's mouth. And that will take us up to 8:30, 8:45. And at 9 o'clock, we will talk about the issue of the War and Economic Crimes Court.
Yes.
We're going to
Mhm.
discuss it. As we all know, on today, the Senate has invited all press men or women for a major conference at the Liberian Senate relating to the World Economic Crimes Court. On today,
Mhm.
a major decision will be taken.
Yeah.
Yes, on the call for the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court. So we're going to talk about the War and Economic Crimes Court.
Yeah.
We'll
So
also,
because today what's going to happen? You're going to have, yeah, some senators, they've signed the resolution.
yeah,
So finally today they will make a final decision about that issue, whether they will pass it, whether they won't pass it, or how is it going to be, and how they're going to look at it. So
mhm,
it's going to be a very historical stuff. There are a lot of things that we're getting, and so at 9 o'clock we'll talk about it. Then you talk to your senators. Maybe
yes,
some of you want your senators not to do it. Uh, Patrick, maybe some of you don't want your senator to do it. So all these things are playing into it.
yes. And
Yeah,
also, we'll also slide in the press release from the Coalition for Democratic
yeah,
Change.
that will be in housekeeping.
Yes, concerning the witch hunt and all of that.
Mm,
That will be for housekeeping. Also for housekeeping, there is this thing that happened on 12th Street on yesterday.
mm,
The police, there was a riot, there was a heavy riot,
mm,
and the police barricaded the whole area because you had two high schools. They went into riot, they threw rocks, cars, windshield got damaged, people saying they got damaged, and all of that. Only because it was alleged from what I got, from the intel that I got from these people that were being interviewed, people
mm,
who were on the streets that were being interviewed.
mm,
I was told that back then, I was told that it's alleged that students from JJ Roberts they slapped the taught me how principal.
mm.
Yes. He
Anything
said,
can
no,
happen in
this
the
is
country.
serious. So it was actually serious. The police, heavy riot police was at that place yesterday. It was
This,
very,
this,
very
this,
much terrible.
this my country can never disappoint me.
Serious. I'm telling you,
Plenty
Segun,
things can happen here.
what was the cause? It was only because, taught me how I got a gym,
Mm,
right? So, general students paid for the gym and they were using the gym. Taught
mm,
me how students were taking their tests. Now, taught me how students went there and said, you people need to lower your music because we're taking tests. Then general people said, no, we can lower the music, we pay for the gyms and all of that. So when the principal went there to confront him, a student from JJ Roberts was slapped in the principal's face.
mm. The children are brave.
Right there. It's
Yeah,
true.
man. Look
So,
at us
so
celebrate.
now, something how people say that they want to slap Jay around on the people of
So
Facebook.
they
Now, what
can
the
do it.
problem?
They can do it 50-50.
They are not easy on the other side.
My country
But
Liberia has never
yeah,
disappointed
but
me.
not the same step we can go out
But
and listen.
on today, PROSA will be having a press conference, a major press
Yes.
conference. Mind
Mm-hmm.
you, PROSA is the university student-based group, and they've since announced upcoming uh, or March. They say it's not a protest though,
Yeah.
or March. So today, I'm told they're going to be having a major press
And
conference.
that
Other
much
folks will be joining them and other
that's
institutions. So we'll talk to the Secretary General. Jiffy,
yes.
we'll talk to him on the phone to hear what is it and
Mhm.
what is it they're going to be doing. Do they stay stand by their word as to the protest? By the
On
way,
April 14th.
yes.
Yes.
What are the state stand
Or
by
that's
it?
a change date.
Okay, so we live on YouTube. We also live on SoundCloud. We live on um, uh, all of our different platforms, our online television. We live. We want to say thank you to all the people in Banga Bon County. We want to say thank you to Margibi and other counties. Yes, it's okay. Yes, we want to say thank you to each and every one of you for joining us this morning on the show. Now let's go on and acknowledge to some of you for watching
Mhm.
because we've got too many things. Then we'll move on. Rufus Nuvet writes and says, "Good morning, Chief. I'm watching from Broadville District number 17, Asata and Miller. Sir, good morning, viewers family. I'm watching live from School Clinic Community. Good to be on the show. Mohammed Kemo says, Good morning, viewers family. My name is Mohammed Tutu Kemuka. Junior. I'm following from Barnesville Estate, Palm Hill Community. Odonmio Yanni Wisha says, Good morning, guys. Thomas and George Wrighton says, Good morning, CEO and female general of this noble station. I'm watching you guys from Keplan, Jalo Shop, Vala Community CEO. I'm appealing to create texting line for us on the show. Okay, it makes a lot of sense. Drew J. Wowe says, Good morning, guys. Please share this video. Let us do. Wally Joshua singing, right? And says, Good morning, viewer. I'm Joshua Topa watching from King Botu Hill, Banga, Bon County. Juj said, I'm watching from Johnsonville. Prince Royal Allison is watching, a very good friend of ours. Patrick Pisa, one of our stars here. Philip LG Datu says, Good morning, boss of Liberia. And also morning to our beloved brother and sister Seku and Samara. My name is Philip Dato. Following you guys live from Banga City, Bon County. Thank you guys so much for your hard work every day to provide us information. God will bless you guys from your job well done. Mami Dahimi right and says, Good morning, team. Following from Loking Town at my job site and a happy pre-birthday to my daughter Maria. Ibrahim Dollar is watching. Top man Snow Wulu says, "Thank you guys for the information. I'm watching from my comfort zone in Dolo Town, Mangibi County." Andrew K. Blackie says, Good morning, boss of Liberia. My name is Andrew K. Blackie, watching from Banga City, Bon County. CEO, how you doing? This morning. I'm so happy to hear from you both this morning. Tyrese Weah says, Good morning, VOL, watching from one UN house, uh, uh, Pap Singer, West Street. Uh, Alaska P says, watching from India. Emmanuel Yenso says, Good morning, VOL. I'm following you from my Yeke Panima County. John David Nakula Yakao. Writing says, Good morning, CEO and my great female general, Samira Semwola, watching from Banga City, Bon County. The studio looks so beautiful today. Man, thank you guys for the improvement of our beautiful studio. Um, of our beautiful studio. Um, we are certainly getting there, CEO and Samira Wola. Tomorrow is my fourth wedding anniversary. You guys are welcome to celebrate with me and my beautiful wife, Miss Chris Rose Yapaulo. Oh, my brother, I don't know how you call it, anniversary to you. M Focus Okwanin says, good morning, VOL and the peace loving people of Liberia. I'm following from people of Liberia. I'm following from Banga City, GST Roll from Propo Tailor Shop. Prince S. Vanke Jr. writes and says, good morning, VOL. Good listening to my favorite station and online television this morning. I'm following from Nimba County District number 1. Valentino Joe Bosin says, good morning, Voice of Liberia. I'm watching you directly from Lofa County, Vonjaman. Thank you. Atia Basta Musa, Thomas Chie, Sally Kemo. And the list continuing here this morning on the show. I want to say thank you to all of you for joining us on the show this morning. Let's run into the issues we've got. What we're going to do, we're going to go very first to, we want to talk to, no, not the correspondent, but the folks from PROSA.
Okay.
Like we said, PROSA will be having our engagement today, so we want to talk to them. Let's go and talk to the Secretary General of PROSA, and then at 8 o'clock, we'll have, of course, Representative Yetikulba via the phone to talk to him concerning what's happening. Joining us is the Secretary General of PROSA. You need to move from your monitor, sir. We need not to say this to you, though. Hello?
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Sefu Series, and good morning to the Tough Talking Samara.
You come in very bad, sir, please. You come in very bad. I hope you can work on it. How's your end?
Yeah, I'm doing great, and everything is on hold.
Okay, how's PROSA as we speak? We told that you've announced about your upcoming, is it a protest or what?
We appeared on your station the last time, and we informed the Republic that April 14 will be a march,
Okay.
and not a demonstration or a protest, but it will be a march in solidarity with those fire victims, those of our compatriots who have lost their homes and relatives to fire disasters across our country.
Okay.
Unprecedented wave of fire disasters across the country.
Okay, good to have you this morning. I'm told you're going to be having a major press conference today. You want to tell us about the press conference, if it is true?
Yeah, you are right. You are right for the press conference. The party will be having an elaborate press conference today, and we want to use your wavelengths to call all well Nigerians. You don't have to necessarily be affected by the fire disaster, for as long as you feel the anguish and the misery of those who have lost their homes and their relatives to the fire disaster, and coupled with all issues that border around the material condition of our people. As long as you are not okay, those of our people who live in West Point, who do not have access to decent latrines, those are people who have been relegated to human garbage. We want to say to the masses of our people, this is an opportunity for our people to gather, because there is no struggle. There is no struggle that can be achieved without the collective effort of the masses of our people. And so we want to call on all well-meaning Liberians to take advantage and take the opportunity to ensure that we rally behind the flag of the avant-garde party, to ensure that April 14 becomes a success.
What time today will you be having your press conference, and who are those do we expect to see in your press conference? Well, sorry. Let me call him. Let me call him. Just in a jiffy. Let me do that from this system. Just in a jiffy. Sorry. We're gonna get it right here. We're gonna get it, and then we're gonna conclude with him on this note as to the press conference they're gonna be having today. Let's go on this note. Jermaine? Okay. Let me take this person. Sorry. Okay, continue, please. We had a break.
So there are relevant people within the society who have expressed deep interest in joining ranks with the avant-garde party to ensure that April 14 becomes a success. And so
will you be having people joining the free pledge that support to be part of the process on today's press conference?
Sure. That's the reason why I'm telling you relevant people who have reached out to us that they are they have keen interest in this plan April 14 march, and they will be at the press conference to endorse the plan march.
Do you care to call some of their names?
Yeah. To inform the public, we received information. Yesterday, and we received a call from the office of the lawmaker of District Number 10, Monserrado County, Professor Yeke Koruba. Yeke Koruba will be here. We are anticipating the presence of Yeke Koruba today on the main campus of the university to endorse our plan April 14.
What next?
Yeah, so all we can say, if there will be any other information surrounding the plan April 14, because as you may be aware, April 14 will fall on a Sunday. But if there will be any other information, I'm not clear with the authority to speak now to the Republic on whether there will be any change of news or not. So the official communicator of our party, the chairman of our party, will make that final determination today.
Okay.
Today we'll be announcing the final itinerary, and we'll be giving the final compass to the Republic on where we will go for the historical march on April 15.
Thank you very much. And I'm told you're going to have a very huge presence of media institutions. It's going to be on various radio stations. We wish you people all the best, yeah?
Yeah, okay. So we are really inviting the voice of Liberia family to be at the press conference.
Okay.
So thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you very much. He's the Secretary General of how you call PROSA. PROSA. They said they're going to have a march, right? It's not a protest, and then they're going to have
the fire issue.
They're going to have a march, so it is not a protest as the way maybe others will see it. Okay, let's go to this thing and just run over it. Then we run to our international correspondence, and then what are the issues we've got?
We'll get through at 8 o'clock. Is when we'll call the representative from. But currently, we'll talk about the press release from the Coalition for Democratic Change.
Okay, this is a very long press release. Let me try and see whether I can try to go through it. It says April 8, 2024 for immediate release. Political witch hunt under the disguise of regularizing civil servant status. Response to CSA memo. The attention of the Coalition for Democratic Change has been drawn to a circular on the civil servant agency to all heads of spending entities dated April 1, 2024, captioned, regularization of the plan's status, apparently reported that the status of over 40,000 civil servants have not been regularized and that proper processing of the personal action notices has not been adhered to between July 2019 to December 2023. The CDC believes the intent of this circular is to portray to Liberians and general public that the CDC regime employed over 40,000 persons inappropriately and illegally, hence promoting or prompting a need for the rescue mission to correct and regularize the status of these civil servants at their discretion. This circular may also be setting into motion status of these civil servants. Okay, this circular may also be setting into motion mass dismissal of civil servants believed to be the opposition partisans, especially partisans of the CDC, that were hired between July 2019 to December 2023. Employees. The rescue regime are now claiming to be illegally employed. To provide context and understanding to civil servants employed between 2019 and 2023 and the general public, let us first categorically state that current leadership of the civil servant agency does not understand history and structure of the current national payroll system which they inherited from the CDC regime. From 2006 to 2017, the government of Liberia under the Unity Party operated multiple payrolls: the basic salary payroll, special allowance payroll, general allowance payroll, supplementary payroll, etc. There was huge inquiry on the government payroll system, where some 45,000 civil servants were earning only Liberian dollars. The civil servant payroll operated by the CSA and the Ministry of Finance Development Planning. There was about another 25,000 employees of the government on the general allowance payroll, solely controlled by the various heads of the spending entities through their budgetary allocations, with discretion to pay any amount of employees without regret to qualifications and other requirements. The CSA did not have any input into the general allowance for the 12 years the Unity Party operated for before 2019.
Hmm.
It making serious sense, yo? The CSA controlled payroll through though the civil servants model of IMFIS covered only 27 entities out of the 102 entities of the government, while the remaining 75 entities exclusively operated their allowance payroll without the involvement of the CSA. After the launch of the CSA CSM payroll in 2013, even the CSA and the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning were never paid CSM. That is, CSA and the MFDP, like the other 75 entities of government, were fully paid through their general allowance payroll and also did not have or require completing personnel action notices. For the general allowance entities, pounds were not a requirement before employing and paying their employees or civil servants. Spending entities independently vetted, recorded, and scrolled their personal records without the involvement of the CSA.
Hmm.
Let us also clearly state that the current personnel structure of the government of Liberia was largely inherited from the Unity Party government during its 12 years of governing from 2006 to 2017, and was being gradually corrected through the payroll reforms of the CDC government over the past 6 years. Even most, the 45,000 civil servants under the CSA/CSM payroll did not have personal action notice plans, evidence from the fact that most of the employees' date of birth were all defrauded at year 1980 when the CFM was launched in 2013 and remained that way until 2018 when the CDC took office. To correct the multiple and disjoint payroll systems that operated between 2006 and 2017 by the then Unity Party government, the CDC government in 2019 instituted a comprehensive and successful wage reform program collapsing the basic salary controlled by CSA and general allowance and other payrolls controlled by spending entities into a single line, now called salary, placed on a single automatic payroll platform and largely placed under the control of the civil servant agency for almost all the agencies of government. Yeah, they talk about our automated system during the CDC, I can remember. The CDC government payroll reform is consistent with law, the National Standardization and Remuneration Act of 2019 that mandated the collapsing of salaries and setting up of a comprehensive pay grade for all positions of the government. After the collapsing of all consolidation of the basic salaries and general allowance, spending allowance, and other payrolls, the entire payroll was automated on a single platform, and all of the employees, about 25,000 of the 75 entities that were not part of the CSA payroll and that did not have to complete personal action notice, were all placed on the single automatic payroll platform of the CSA and the Ministry of Finance Development Planning for a consolidated guidance of the wage bill.
Hmm.
To successfully, synchronize and accelerate the transfer, the personal records of these 25,000 more workers of the 75 entities. The CDC government in early 2023 completed the civil servants automatic testing system and also the uh, the electronic personal action. So it's a very long press release, and then it goes action internet blah blah. So it is what they said, and it is what. But I can remember that there was this thing during the CBC, they talk about the automated system that when you do it, you go in the system. The financial people will know how to call it and how to say it though. So I can remember that was still during the CDC government. But that is it. That is what CDC has been able to say. Let's go to our international desk. Now we'll talk to our international correspondent. That's the beauty of politics. You disagree to agree. People will have some things to say, and that is how it plays out. Let's go to the international desk to see as well we can talk to our international correspondents, and we'll move on lots of issues. At 8 o'clock, we join Representative Yeke Koluba of District Number 10, Montserrat County. We were joining this morning, and we're going to have a lengthy conversation with him as to issues happening, some of the things he's been saying, press conferences he's been having, and he's been expressing. Is it true that he's been invited? And then what's next about that process? We'll talk to him, and we'll also try to reach out to some lawmakers to talk to them. I can remember yesterday we had an arrangement to have Representative Marvin Cole here, but he could not come because they need to have a conversation concerning Representative Yeke Koluba. But let's go to Nigeria now to talk to our Nigerian correspondent, Naomi Kumbenda. Naomi, good morning and thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Sekou. Thank you for having me.
Now, the federal government of Nigeria has announced its partnership with Global Alliance for Vaccines initiatives to produce disease preventive issue in the country. You want to tell us more about this issue, and then let's come to the Central Bank of Nigeria, where it has been able to prohibit the use of foreign currency in the country, and this issue has sparked a lot of things in the country. Why did the Central Bank of Nigeria, by the way, Naomi, take such a drastic decision in the country?
Yeah, first of all, you asked me about the vaccine, so I'll start with the vaccines. Nigeria is now partnering with the Global Alliance for Vaccines called Gavi to produce local vaccines. This is long overdue, Sekou. A country as big as Nigeria is supposed to be producing vaccines, of course. But over the years, the test keeps falling, keeps failing. But since the emergence of Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, who is now partnered with Gavi, he's also a partner in Gavi, she has made it possible for the Nigerian laboratories to now produce local vaccines. And that's a huge strive. And Nigeria is celebrating that because it's going to start that next month, where we'll now be producing vaccines for preventable diseases like cholera, like measles, like polio. We won't have to wait for partners to donate vaccines. Now, coming down to the issue of the central bank, Sekou, according to the director of banking supervisions in Central Bank of Nigeria, he said that from henceforth, the new policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria, that Nigerian commercial banks no longer accept deposits in foreign currencies. because these people accept the deposits and then they use them as collateral to loan money in naira. Can you imagine this? Because the naira has been so devalued that Nigerians have taken a step further, where they go to countries like Niger or Cameroon or Guinea, or to do their business and come and invest those proceeds in foreign currencies in their commercial banks here, and they use that money, the deposit as a collateral to loan naira. And this has further devalued the naira. So we're trying to look for a way to raise the value of the naira. This is the reason why the central bank has taken that bold stride that no more sort of deposits, so that we can consider the naira and make the naira to grow eventually.
Now, Naomi, how long would the banks need to dissolve already existing transactions in the country?
According to the directives, it's a time frame given to the banks so that they can address existing loans secured by these non-compliant collateral foreign currencies deposits. Other than, the central bank gives an exception anyway. They have the euro bonds and they also have foreign bank guarantees. These two materials or these two documents instruments can be used for such deposits, but they have only 90 days to collapse every existing transaction in that regards.
So what are some of the consequences associated with this process currently in Nigeria?
Of course, the central bank is the alpha and omega of all the commercial banks. Like they told them this yesterday, they gave them a time frame and they said any failure to do that will attract consequences. Now, the consequences, some of them was they said they're going to deny them foreign exchange. They will no longer give them forex. That is talking about dollar and the pounds and every other foreign currency. The CBN will no longer allocate such monies to any of the commercial banks that fails to do that. And other ones, they were not really specific. I know it will include sanctions and other fines, including some other small sanctions, but the rest of details I really can't tell. I know what they mentioned was just sanctions without giving them dollar and other foreign currencies, but no other specific was mentioned.
Do you want to tell us about the reactions from Nigerians? What are they saying in the country?
Oh, Sekou, Nigerians, when it comes to the dollar, it looks like Nigerians no longer transact with the naira. Even in the market, everybody said the dollar is gone high. That's why things are expensive. So Nigerians are kind of happy because when the dollar comes down, it's very likely that the standard of living would also reduce. Things are really high now because they always use the dollar as a collateral or as a reason why the things are so hard. Life is really, really difficult here now. So I'm sure Nigerians are really celebrating this move by the central bank.
Thank you very much, Naomi, for joining us this morning on the show. Good morning, Liberia.
Thank you so much for having me, Sekou.
Naomi is Voice of Liberia, Nigerian correspondent. We'll now go to Sierra Leone to know what's happening there. This morning on the show, this is Voice of Liberia. This is where you've got this. Let's go to Sierra Leone. Yes, we want to make a stop in Sierra Leone to see as whether we can talk to our correspondent there. That's the man, John Wayfield. We want to establish a contact with John Wayfield this morning so as to talk to him concerning what we're getting concerning civil society organization. What is it they're saying? There's this report coming from Sierra Leone that civil society organizations in Sierra Leone, such as Budget Advocacy Network and some other institutions, they've done some calling. What is it all about? John Wayfield joins us on the line this morning. John, good morning, and thank you for joining us on Freetown, Sierra Leone.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me.
Now, John, start by giving us a background into this story where you have civil society organizations in Sierra Leone, such as Budget Advocacy Network, Sierra Leone Journalists Association, and you have other institutions calling for what exactly in the country?
So, if you could recall, way back in 2021, the Auditor General, who is now suspended by the name of Mrs. Lara Telopiat, and one of her deputies, Kamba Momo, were given a letter from the office of the president that they have been suspended based on professional misconduct, which was the allegation. And their suspension came few months before the audit report was released. Well, according to other findings, it was stated that because this particular iron lady had been doing her job very well with identifying issues of mismanagement and procurement irregularities, especially in the office of the president, vice president, and other government participants. That was the very reason why they suspended her. And that's the background to this particular story. And about 3 years down the line, we have still not had anything from the tribunal that was set up by the government to look into such allegations.
What exactly, John, are the civil society bodies saying in their press release, by the way?
So for them, they believe in the rule of natural justice, wherein every man must be given a chance to prove or disprove their innocence or guilt. So they are calling now on the tribunal, which ended their findings in December of 2023, to tell the public and the world in particular what they found out based on the allegations against the suspended Auditor General and our deputy. Also, they quoted a particular section in the Constitution of Sierra Leone 1991, section 26, subsection 1, that stipulates the judgment should be delivered in a criminal case within 3 months after trial. And they said that while this is not a criminal case, the expectations of timely justice remain paramount. They also further that prolonged delay in delivering judgments on this matter is of grave concern to them, the media, and citizens alike. And they also said that any further delays undermine the pursuit of justice and accountability.
Some critics in the country are saying that this was a plot to totally silence the suspended Auditor General, John, from exposing the excesses of the government. How true is this information that could be one of the reasons behind such action by the president of the country, Julius Maada Bio?
Well, both opponents and proponents have their views regarding why the very Auditor General and a deputy was suspended. And when the 2021-2022 audit reports were released, they found that it did not capture the office of the president. According to the acting Auditor General then, they said that there was no need to capture it because they did not breach any procurement irregularities. So these have been the hue and cry, and also that of other key government institutions and parastatals. And as far as the audit report is concerned, as long as an institution is using money from the consolidated fund, or rather receiving money that is meant for Sierra Leone from foreign bodies, they are to be checked and fact-checked.
So, before I let you go, John, do you think the government will be tempted to act based on the release from those institutions?
Well, there's a saying that justice delayed is justice denied. So now that the tribunal had finished their findings, I am strongly of the opinion that they would probably adhere to what these very strong civil society bodies have been saying, because this is necessary, especially when it comes to the rule of natural justice. Else, we have what we call a negative past suitability.
Thank you, John Whitfield from Freetown, Sierra Leone, on the program this morning. Hope to talk to you at a later time tomorrow on the show as well.
Thank you.
Thank you, John Whitfield is voice of Liberia, Sierra Leone, and correspondent, joining us from Freetown, Sierra Leone this morning on the show. We go to Ghana, where we're going to talk to our Ghanaian correspondent, Jonas Biarobi, as to what's happening in Ghana this morning. We're going to go to Jonas Biarobi. Latest pool data in our possession from Global Info Analysis has disclosed that 60% of voters believe that Vice President Dr. Muhammadu Buhari money must have taken blame for the country's economic crisis currently in the country. Joining us, sorry, I didn't call that name well. Joining us now is Jonas Biarobi. I was looking at something different. Jonas, good morning and thank you for joining us on the show.
Good morning, Sekou, and thank you for having me from Ghana this morning.
And it feels good to join you this morning. And why do Ghanaian citizens demand the vice president takes blame for the country's economic crisis as the country experiences currently?
So this is a very simple thing, and then if you ask me to, I believe that he is supposed to take the blame. And the reason for the generality of the Ghanaian citizen wanting him to take the blame is very simple. Per the structure of the government of Ghana, the vice president is the head of the economic management team. So there is a team that is always formed by the government. The vice president is the one that leads the team to lead every economic policy, I should say. And so, as a leader of that, anytime the economy is going in the right direction, the credit goes to him. If it's going in the wrong direction, the credit goes to him. But the problem here is that this is the man, prior to his party becoming into power and making him the vice president, has actually touted a lot of experience that he has, having worked from the Bank of Ghana, and as an economist, has believed that he will be able to change the country economic indicators within 100 days. Unfortunately, that has not happened. A lot of things are going wrong. The cedi is falling down from the dollar, and even to the extent that the country has returned to IMF, and then people have to lose their savings from banks because the banks are not able to pay their coupons back. And so they feel like somebody who has even gone on the national television, national platforms to tell them that he has arrested the dollar and then handed the key to the Inspector General of Police. And so the cedi will continue to remain stronger. Cedi continue to fall. They feel like at this time you cannot run away from it. You just have to accept that you have failed in lead.
Okay, Jonas, is it something that usually will happen, or Ghanaians will say that the vice president will be able to distance himself from challenges of the country? And if that is it, why should Dr. Bawumia be an exception of the entire thing, which is the vice president of the country?
Well, so you have never seen any vice president who will say that I am not part of the challenges the country is facing. It doesn't look normal when you are the second in command of the country that you said that whatever that is happening in the country, I have no hand in it. And so it's not something that he should be. No vice president has ever run away from any responsibility or accepting the challenges or the difficulties. And so they feel like, no, Dr. Bawumia, but you know what? When he tried to become the leader of the party to contest for president on his own, what he came to tell Ghanaians is that he was just a driver's mate. And so he was not the one holding the steer. So any challenges or difficult the country is facing, he is not part of it. It is President Akufo-Addo that is in charge. And that is what is infuriating the Ghanaians, because you were one person that was walking here and there and mounting platforms and explaining to people that, yes, you as a leader, you have been able to achieve A, B, C, and today you are telling us that you are not part of the government, you are just a mate, you are following the president, and you have no say in anything in the government. They said, no, that is not something that we can take from you, because as a vice president, you cannot say you sit in cabinet and you cannot say you see the right thing, even if you don't have the power, but you cannot advise your president to make things work well. And well, we just take it as a political talk because he wants to lead and he wants to become the president in December 2024.
Jonas, give us the status and understanding of the economy currently in Ghana. Is it in crisis, by the way, as we speak?
Yes, it's in crisis, though currently as we speak, those in government are saying that Ghana is actually gaining its economy back. But then we ordinary citizens, depending on what we use to measure whether the economy is well or not, we all know that the economy is not performing well at all, because like I mentioned earlier, people have lost their hard-earned savings to DDP because Ghana needed to go to IMF, and it was a condition that they actually come to do debt restructuring within the domestic debt restructuring as well as external debt restructuring. So as a result of that, people have lost their money there. As we also speak right now, there has been a lot of introduction of taxes that people are not able, it affects a lot of businesses. So the economy, people are not able to generate enough. We also even look at international ratings. Ghana continue to drop down because they feel like our economy is not performing well. Just recently, when they did fastest growing economies, Ghana actually was low, down. And so all these things put together, Kenyans feel like, our country is not moving in the right direction. But our vice president, who's supposed to be the economic messiah, is now actually, because of politics, refusing to accept responsibility and to work together with his boss to correct things.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jonas. We are Ruby from Ghana this morning on the show. We wish Ghanaians all the best. Okay, Jonas is Voice of Liberia, Ghanaian correspondent. Listen to him right there. Politics. This year, Ghana goes to election to elect. Yeah, that is it. Ghana goes to election to elect whosoever they want to elect as the next president of that country. But the current President Akufo-Addo, I like the way they can call his name, Akufo-Addo. All right. Yeah, but he's not going to be contesting though. So he's not going to be contesting in the upcoming election. So that's the good thing about it, because they have, you go for 2 terms, you okay, right? So he's not going to be contesting. So we wait and see how it plays out like that. But we want to see as well we can connect with our lives person and bring you this update here as to whether we can conclude and see how it plays out. Don't go and talk to Representative Yeke Koluba at 8 o'clock, like we announced. We're going to talk to Representative Yeke Koluba at 8 o'clock this morning. They said our Gambian correspondent joining us. Amadou, good morning.
Good morning, Sekou, and thank you very much for having me this morning.
It is good to have you this morning. The victims and survivors of the 22-year rule of the previous regime of the former president Yahya Jammeh, they're demanding justice in the country. Now, what trickled the latest meeting between the president and victims, survivors of the former regime of Yahya Jammeh in the country?
Well, it might interest you to know the issue of the victims and the survivors of the former regime of the exiled President Yahya Jammeh continues to be a big concern here in the Gambia. Not only to the victims, but of course to their relatives and of course the human rights activists, some international organizations as well. They have been concerned as to the slow process in some quarters that they call it, that the government of President Barrow has not been fully committed to implementing the recommendations that were presented to them by the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission that was in fact initiated by the president himself. And the victims believe they have waited for so long, and the government has not been doing the needful to address their concern. And apparently, the former president's also party is now working with the president, the coalition, and the current speaker of the National Assembly is the party leader of the APRC, which was the party that have been here for 22 years. So there have been a lot of concern in so many ways, and I think that is why the victims felt after they have complained on the media, in different forums, with different stakeholders, perhaps they need to meet the president and put it to him what has been their concern and at what level the government is or at to make sure that they are implementing the process.
When did the TRRC report reach to the president of the country? And since then, what has been the efforts of the government in addressing some of the recommendations and issues in the TRRC report?
That is a very interesting question. The TRC presented the report just less than a month before the 2021 president election. That was in November, and elections were held in December. And apparently, when these reports were presented, it was few weeks, before the elections that the coalition or the alliance between the APRC and the NPP, that is President Barrow's party, was announced. And since then, people started to ask questions as to whether what's going to happen now with these recommendations. Are they going to be fully implemented? So, realistically, or really, if you look at it, it's almost 3 to 4 years now, since these recommendations were presented to the president. And since then, apparently, not much clearly have been done apart from the prosecution of some of these perpetrators who are not in the country, one of which was in Germany, who's been sentenced to life in jail, who was a jungler that is part of the hit squad of the former regime. And apparently the former interior minister of the former regime is also facing trial in Switzerland. I think those are the two major development that happened so far. Of course,
Amadou, let me just come in. Do you think anything will change after the recent meeting held with President Barrow by those of the people claiming to be victims?
Yeah, maybe so, because now they have met with the president and they have put it to him what has been their concern. They would, expect the president to speed up whatever his government is said to have been engaged in. So that might be the case, and but President Barrow has assured them that he is pretty much concerned, and he would do all that he could to make sure that their concerns have been addressed as soon as possible. And we will now wait and see what's going to happen probably next weeks or months to come, because in 2 years' time, Gambia also would be heading to the courts again, and he promised to do something probably before then.
Okay, thank you very much, Amadou Kanted from the Gambia this morning on the show. We wish Gambians all the best.
Thank you so very much, and we equally wish all Liberians and your listeners the same. Thank you for having me once again.
Thank you. Amadou Kante is Voice of Liberia, the Gambian correspondent on the line. And on tomorrow, we'll go to Cameroon and other countries around the world. This is what we do here at Voice of Liberia. You're listening to Good Morning Liberia on Voice of Liberia. My name is Sekou, and I'm Sekou Sharif Samira. Wula is here this morning. Let's now go to Honorable Yeke Koluba. Let's go to Honorable Yeke Koluba this morning now and see us whether we can have a conversation with him. No matter what you do, Honorable Yeke Koluba is the talk of the town now. Yeah. So we're going to try to see as whether now we can establish a contact. I will also try to reach out to some other lawmakers, by the way. There are reports we're getting. So joining us is District number 10 Representative Honorable Yeke Koluba. Honorable Koluba, thank you for joining us this morning. Good morning.
Morning, sir. Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, we're doing great. And you?
I'm okay. I'm doing very good. I'm soon getting ready for work.
Okay. Let's talk about your people first of all, then before we move on to some other issues. How the people of your district number 10, how are they faring?
Well, district number 10 are okay. And we are waiting for the budget to pass, because we know that there will be something in the budget for development in the district where we'll call our community chair, and the DDC chair will be supervised what the development will be carried and where it will be carried. So we wait for the budget to pass.
Okay, sound very good. Now we move on to the Capitol building. Honorable Koluba, before we go to the Capitol building, you've been one of the staunch supporters and someone that has been pushing for the candidacy of for the current president, and you've said lots of things encouraging Liberians. Most of the people believe in you, and they went that direction to have the current president Joseph Numa Boakai elected as the president of the country. What led to your disagreement? You've been very strong and you've been very critical on him. You want to give us the background of your disagreement to present?
Well, because they have refused to live up to the promise made to the Liberian people. We said we will cancel harmonization. We said a lot of things. We said we'll build the roads in the first 100 days. There will be no car issue in the month. Have we achieved that? No, I don't think we can achieve that. And we also said that we will empower the young people in the outside the country that are qualified to work. But instead, we are bringing the older people back. And when you talk to Prince Boy, the young Kanga, the Delon, Joseph Bakari, they will tell you, say, oh, you know, the population get long time again, so we have to employ our family people so they can be bringing something to us. Because when Jeremiah don't take over, we will not be in power. He will take all the positions and we will be the losers. So we're trying to prop the puppy up to at least be around for some time. We want to use that time to enrich ourselves. We didn't change government for that. We change government for our benefit. We change government not for wish hunt. We change government to liberate the people, not to come and look at people from CDC. So we will pull you down. We're going to pull 40,000 people down. Are those people not like the rest? They are. Government came and government employed them. So you should give them a chance to work. If they're not qualified, that is different. You look at qualified people, you want to take them down because they were employed by former president of the Joshua government. That is wrong in my mind. And I didn't stand up for that. I didn't campaign for them for that. I campaign for everybody to have equal right in this country. And these people will be more dictator than any other government that came into being. People do not want to respect the rule of law. Joseph Baker has said, I don't care what the court say. The people from the tenure position, we will stand them. Is this a change we wanted? No. So yes, I encourage people to vote. But if it is going wrong, it is my business to also encourage, to tell the people that I encourage to vote that this is not what we change for.
Now, you've been having this close friendship and with the president, seeing some of these things ills in the government. The government has not even gone 5 months. Have you been able to reach out to President Joe Boakai and say, this is what is happening and this is what we promised the people and this should not be the way?
Well, the issue is I reached out to him on so many occasions, but as soon as you leave, the Prince Boy, the young lady will come and it will become a different ball game. So she has sit and see the Liberian post office. She has sit and see her team like as a recovery. I'll be going around to Richmond. It's wrong. It's wrong. Look, simple. Liberia should be for Liberians. And Liberia should be not for family. I know family people are qualified. But yesterday we talked against it. If it was wrong yesterday, it should be wrong today. And that's the policy that people don't understand. Simple. Some of you people thought I was only criticizing President of the George because I have some personal problem with him. Yes, I have some personal problem with him because he reduced my business to nothing. They were harassed at the airport. The food was seized. And the same people that destroyed President of the George today around him. The same thing is happening in the circle of Joseph Baker. We voted for Joseph Baker. We not voted for Prince. We not voted for Yudi Kanga. We not voted for the law. So anything that happened in the country on the whole Joseph Baker responsible like we did in the past. We hold President the Judge, we are responsible for every wrong that happened. Because he was elected by the people. Joseph Baker is being elected by the people. Is he able to run this country? I said no. Because he misled some of us. When I look at his age and look at his condition, I told him, I said, Bobby, can you give way for the younger people? Joseph Baker started to jump in my face like 115-year-old boy. So we are reaching a point where
So when did you say that to him? Is it after the election or before the election?
Before the election.
But you are still supporting him, even though you told him he was old or he was aging. But yesterday you went and convinced the people to vote him. So you also contributed to the problems that you are claiming.
I've been waiting for to see if what he said to me was not true. Okay. And I realized that what he said to me is not true. So she has said and for my head because I brought him. I should be ashamed to talk. No, Sekou. I think it's about time for the people to know what is going on. this country will be tough in the next 6 years, the effort in the history of this country. Because the people that are there now do not have interest in the people. They have interest in themselves, their pockets, and to enrich themselves. So Sekou, I'm not going to regret voting against President of the George here, but Joseph Boakai will regret knowing me. He will regret why I campaigned and voted for him.
You said before the election, and when you said to the now president of the country that Mr. Boakai, you are not that strong to lead this country, and he started to convince you by doing what he did according to you. What did come to your mind in that process?
Well, nothing came to my mind. I said, let me give you a chance and see what happens in the future. Sekou, we will not say, we got two group of people, Sekou. The guy that put I would say, why you didn't talk ever since? The guy that put I would tell you, it's too soon. So how can you work with a group of people? You work with the majority. Because when things happen tomorrow, like you say, we're not saying, oh, what you're getting all that. Yes, I was there. I bought my own motorbike. I put people. I went from country to country with my own resources. President Boakai did not give me a dime because he said he was fit. He was getting ready to move the country. He ought to move the country. So, I just want to know from my source closer to the executive marshal that Joseph Boakai cannot sign two people. The signature will not be the same. So they put his signature on stem. They are stemming documents now.
Is it a real thing you're saying? You have
Sekou. Look, I'm close to Joseph Boakai than anybody.
How?
Let me tell you something to do. Because the issue is things that people don't know about Joseph Boakai. I know it. The Unity Party people are disenchanted. The Liberian people are frustrated with the manner and form in which we are proceeding with this country. I'm going to say we because I work in the government. The manner and form in which we are proceeding with this country. We have lied to the people. Am I going to regret it? No. Somebody will regret why I put in my time. I'm not going to regret it. I made a decision already. Regretting it would not solve the problem. But letting the people know that this is not what we signed in for. This is not what we brought government for Prince Moyi to be the prime minister of this country.
Why you keep emphasizing on Senator Prince Moyi? Senator Prince Moyi is just a senator of Bon County. So how will you want to allege that he's the prime minister of the country?
So Sekou, don't agree with me. But do you know that the senators, the Yombli, the Dilo, the Prince Moyi are the one money and flirting and confirming the people?
I know of them confirming but recommending. I don't know that.
People in the office, even inducting people in the office. You saw NASCOP, right?
Yeah, I follow.
Fine. So the only thing they can say, oh, yeah, everything is not too soon. What soon am I? I did not sign document with anybody that I will talk next week or I will talk after 2 months. Second, I believe in the Liberian people. People may say the way you express it. That is how I express things. I'm not going to change this. Look, don't play with the left of the Liberian people. Second, I see people jumping around. Last week Monday, or student, or child, your daughter.
Honorable Colbert, we're going to reach to that thing. It's one of the major things we're going to talk about, and all of that we're going to reach to it. Now, this is what some of the folks are saying. People from Unity parties, some political pundits, they think that Honorable Yeke Colbert has not been given the time to also recommend for a payment. So these are some of the reasons why he's so angry. Have you ever been engaged for such a process where, oh, Honorable Yeke Colbert, because you did what you did for the government, we want you to recommend 2-3 persons?
So that's the thought of the people, and you can erase the mind of the people. Let them think the way they want to think. You do what is right for the people. What is right is what I'm doing. Sekou. I would never carry Sekou name to Joseph Boakai and say I want Sekou to be employed to the president. Tell me no. But is that the right thing to do? So if I employ people, can I criticize? I cannot. And that is why the people are saying, say, look, this is our time. The 1 or 2 years that Joseph Boakai is around, we use the time to enrich ourselves. Sekou, check the records. You are employing the family. the associates.
Mm-hmm.
We are not saying it's wrong. I mean, they are not qualified, but it's wrong because we talked against it yesterday, so we should say it now. It's pretty much we have not been appointed by the appearance in the court. Is they don't not employ people for her office that already have job. His sister-in-law is
The education minister.
The education minister.
Mm.
Is only that appointed his associate. Is Vice President Jeremiah Cohen appointed his sister-in-law to come as ministry assistant director or assistant minister? Siku, these people have failed already. I'm not going to be on the field too. Let the people know that I convince most of them they believe in me and I see it coming and telling them. So tomorrow I can be alive.
There are a few things the government has been able to announce, and you as one of the critics now that Liberians will think and believe in you that you need to advocate for the Liberian people. Do you think this government, looking at the way things are being handled by the government, do you think this government will be serious to fight corruption, or will it be corruption-free government?
That is how all government behave. We brought President Dr. George to power. We expected him to prosecute Joseph Bakade. I said he was living on loan. Do you want to believe that Joseph Bakade was living on loan? When you're our president, you supervise some ministry and agency. What happened to the ministry and agency? You hire your budget. What happened to it? We brought President Dr. George to power. I didn't vote for him, but he was the president of this country, so we all brought him to power. Did he prosecute the people? He set a bad precedent. So the precedent continue. That is why I said it's about the system.
Mm.
Can Joseph Walker prosecute anybody from any time to this time? Because his son Jojo is a millionaire now in less than 3 months.
What is a reliance? I kept hearing you talking about Jojo, Tantan. What is a reliance about some of these things you say? Okay, what is the part he's playing in all of that?
Look, the mayor is the most terrible person ever in the country. He runs up and down to bring full one-man business people. Look, all those businesses that we say were campaigning that were not already for the Liberian people, are any one of them being canceled? The CTM, have they been canceled?
Mm-hmm.
Have they been canceled? Look, I will not sit and put make more with all of the people. Forget about how I talk. That is how I talk. But look at the things that in how I talking. Seku. That is what we should pick up. Forget about how I talk. People say I'm not educated. I agree. But is education everything with it? They got formal and informal education. If I'm not formally educated, I will be informally educated. Our mothers are formally educated. That is why you see when you go to the market and say, go take one guy for LU, I got degree, take him to the market. As they say, $2 plus $5 plus 150. When you take out 100, I'll be how much. The first thing you'll be thinking about putting a calculator on. And our mother will sit right there and give you the figure. That's our informal education. She's cool to it. Seku, forget about how I talk. I'm educated. Don't look at people.
Mm-hmm.
The way people bring things, that is how I package it and give it back to them. Because they are not behaving like educated people. They are not behaving like people that will put in power to liberate this country. At the end of the day, you get me frustrated. I will say things I don't want to say. At the end of the day, you will hear what you don't want to hear.
So now, are you frustrated as we speak as to what the government is doing?
Look, I may say yes. In the largest extent, I will say no.
Wow.
I'm not going to regret why I voted against President Dr. Joshua. So say Baka will regret why I campaigned and voted for him. That's all I can say about that.
Okay, those of you just joining us, we have of course District Number 10 Representative Honorable Yeke Koluba to talk of the time the fire burned. So he's on with us. Honorable Koluba, let me take you now to this issue, which is trending, and there are a lot of issues being talked about. You had a press conference, and you used some strong words, and you said some strong things, particularly on the president. At one point in time in your press conference, you said, if the president goes after you and your family members, you will go after the president. And this is your exact word. You say you will kill the president. Was it a mistake by you, or you meant what you say?
Seku, if I was say in my press conference about the exact word, I cannot refer to it. My name is Honorable Yeke Yapaulu Koluba. Representative District number 10. If that what I said in my press conference, I maintain what I said. I stand by it. I'm not going to regret it. I'm not going to replace it.
This could be a security threat where you are heard saying that you will kill the president.
Well, if that what I said, I stand by it. I can't replace it. So if the security apparatus got the right to arrest and let them come, I'm waiting for them.
Are you
But
will?
let them be in the know. Let them be in the know that I will defend myself. I do not trust the security apparatus of this country, and I'm not going to give in to them. I was sent for by the speaker yesterday to tell me the NSA want to see me. I told him, Mr. Speaker, don't send for me for something that you will not get resolved because I don't trust the security apparatus. So I cannot be a lawmaker. Those people that propose the situation. Our brave Joseph Parker through the Minister of State took my complaint. People say, oh, I went to World Trade Center and Facebook. I say, okay, let the police establish that what the people that got is not valid. Went to the police. The police invited the men and gave him the people. The man said he can't come. The police said, read a communication. I wrote a written communication. The police refused, under the instruction of Joseph Parker, not to hear my case. Cannot trust that kind of police. Cannot submit myself to that kind of police. You waste your time, Sekou. The security apparatus is not independent, so I'm not going to give into anything. The only thing they get is to come and arrest me. If they go to the court and the court gives them people, I will go to the court. Or to go to any security apparatus, I will not do it. Any crime I commit, I can go to them. Because they have become a partisan police.
So why if the speaker of the House of Representatives, somebody that you think is doing well, turns you over?
Why are you telling me what?
To give the people to go ahead because he's the head of the House of Representatives.
Fine. So you just said the thing that I wanted to say. He could have put the go ahead. So I told him, I said, call them and tell him I'm not coming nowhere.
So do you have evidence? Do you have evidence as to if people that are coming after you, they were sent by the president? Why you make such remark? Do you have evidence to be able to back you up in court if something happens to happen?
So that's the reason why I say, because you can't talk about the issue of court. So I'm not going to tell you what evidence I got on the public radio. Then why do I go to the court, Sekou?
Okay.
So I'm not trying to touch your question. But the fact is, let them go to court. What evidence I got? All the statement I made, I stand by it. I can't reverse it. Sekou, don't waste your time when I reverse it.
And you have
I'm going to walk. It's because of this situation, Sekou. My house is in the market. I don't want somebody passing and say, oh, and do something to me and say, well, you got road in your yard. I cannot fence my place and move the materials from in my yard. If I do that, that means I've been sinful to them. They voted for me, I'm going to respect them. So I decided to take my apartment on 19th Street, there where I am. I'm going to walk from 19th Street to the Capitol building. I dare anybody to come after me.
Are you saying today you're going to walk from 19th Street to the Capitol building?
Yes.
Why if you arrested or what do you?
Sekou, I have decided and I realized that Joseph Parker and his people are desperate to get rid of me. To the point, Sekou, where they send people to my family, people in the estate to infiltrate, to know where my family live. And the good thing about Sekou, all my salary go towards my family because they need to be well protected while I'm here, speaking the way I'm speaking. So before you enter the premises to get to where my family are, you have to get to the security. Security will have to call my house. My wife will have to acknowledge that yes, she expecting somebody before you enter. So it's difficult to get there. So my wife called me. When my wife called me, I said, no, I didn't say anybody from the door.
Oh,
you understand? And I had to got in the car and left.
So you mean people have gone out of the country after your family members?
Yes, I've been sent by Joseph Parker and his people. They think that's the only way they can get to me. Because they try me to get me to buy me to say that, oh, my man, for the 2 3 years, the people will be around for not say they enjoy. When the man go, when the papi go, they can start. We don't vote for papi. If the people think we voted for Joseph Parker for his age, that lie is now papi. He saw the Liberia-VOL low and said he can take it. I will not treat it as a papi. Oh, the man who don't talk to him that for what? If you take public office, you must deliver. If you can deliver, look, we will say what we want to say.
I kept hearing you saying this issue about let's give the pape, maybe he got 2 years. Do you have any other thing that you know that we don't know about this
Well,
old
they say he
man?
will not live for long. They say he may not live for long.
Who's saying it?
Prince Moy, the Yombly, the Delon.
These are all allegations, though. I thought you could say medical issue.
When they take me to court, maybe it could be for medical issue that he will not be around for long.
So this thing is true where people will say, oh, the president might not be because of his health issue. So it's something that one should believe, isn't so?
Yes. Because Sekou, the Constitution gives us the right within a space of 1 year when we take war to interpret the war incapacitation. And I'm going to do a communication on the floor so we can do what we're supposed to do. The law says in the space of 1 year. So not be able to define our war and see if we can take on to about that and take him from there.
Oh, you think he's incapacitated?
Well, when we reach that point, we'll look at his physical fitness and look at his attitude and look at what we describe to be incapacitation. Then, if it's fitting, then I mean he's incapacitated.
Honorable Caliber, do you have the support of your colleagues in the House of Representatives?
I'm not speaking the correct English, right?
As I'm asking you, do you have the support of your colleagues?
I'm not speaking English, right?
You spoke correct English.
Why? Because people say I didn't go to school.
No.
Maybe because of the way I express things. So they say, that means I've never started school before you waste your time. So you were saying, do I have the
support of your colleagues? Because
Sekou, let me tell you something. When I was saying we're all in the house, I now have support of my colleagues. If my colleagues see a fit, they can join me in Sekou, because if you wait for your colleagues, some colleagues will not have interest. Not take, for example, doing president at the George Weah time. The Richard Kune, all we were advocating for the war economic program to come. Today, he's distancing himself from it and voting against it. That means deceptive. We need to stop it, Sekou. We need to stop it. Sekou on the road a guru. You can road and a guru. How would the country be faced? How are we going to face the problem, Sekou? Tomorrow, Sekou say, you cannot go. Today, say, you go. Richard Kune say, the war economic program under George President Weah, it must come. It was the rightful time for it to come. But because they using something today as a two parts, so they think they can protect him on the issue. Waste their time. He cannot be protected on the issue. They go from war. Everywhere you go, you say, oh, maybe the reason why you get talking about the people he killed and the blood using his soul and the post spirit behind him. So why the council against it? Why? Sekou, if you order that house from the tower there, you will know that the house is of lot more than the executive. And stay my mistake. Because we refuse, after I placed communication on the floor, this protest session, and the house to be audited. Was the house audited? Sekou, I say hello. Auditing, why you say no for?
Yeah.
It's surprising because people don't understand the way I move. Yeah, people don't understand the way I move. I want the country to be strict. Sekou, we went wrong to people. We are not clean people. No, Sekou, no human being is clean. Everybody gets a shortcoming. But you try to be independent for once. That's my point. Hey, look, if the kind our criticizing president at the George Weah, if the people are running are going to tell you, look at what this is going to be doing, they may say, don't look at somebody. I don't want nothing from president at the George Weah. But you put in one side by himself. Look how he was instinctively with Total Parker when he fell on the day that he was taking over. He was being inaugurated. He got him on feeling. Oh, I would never feel sorry for this about me. Let me tell you, I would not feel sorry for him. But I saw him. You're fearing him. You're fearing him. For him to get the kind of vote he got and gave in, we must respect him. And that is why I wrote communication. Why he was taking that. I'm not trying to get this photo, but that's the issue. The man is a former President Sekou. He's still a presidential material. Why he was disgraced to the airport? Why? You look at one woman, they call Mandela Cooper, because John Weah he wanted to be friendly, John Weah refused, and she was on radio, and we don't respect the man. You bring a grudge power? Is that what we change government for?
What
I
is
mean,
it
to
about this
express
Mandela people
your
and
your envy, I mean your jealousy, you frustrated because we have refused to make you finally and they make you well. You be like, go look for somebody to go people that be finally. They turn apart. Oh, say go sorry that.
yes? Oh, anyway, we don't have a problem with it. Let's come on to the issue about this student, this thing being circulating on social media. You have a Range Rover. I don't know where they took the picture. It said near Royal Hotel, and you've been accusing children of the president. How did you get to know? And you want to give us the entire story of this thing? How did it happen? Who is she to you?
So this student is a student like any other student that will see me and want to get close to me. You know, the kid is coming to go to court. So I want to be very careful how I talk about it. Because it may embarrass the place to court. If anybody think that the kid is not going to put the wasting of time, and the unity party people have said nothing will call it, if nothing call it, I will refer to Joseph Baka and I will use words that are meant to be used because they power abuse. And they child need to be respected. Nobody talk the thing serious. You know, Sekou, you know why I said, nobody was really happy today. I will respond the next day. But I thought in my mind there are mothers out there, there are fathers out there to put that lady as a daughter to say our daughter was abused. Even if people have problem with Sekou, they shouldn't use the lady as a tool to deal with Sekou. So I gave it some time to see if mothers will come out. Oh, but Sekou, nobody had interest in it. I released my own picture and shake the whole country. Sekou, why you worry about my face? Also,
that thing you thought I shoot in there, you go see that picture what you show with the first lady of our country that shooting.
So my own are true. If their own are true, then my own are true.
Oh, so
Sekou. Why United Party was running with that league picture? You know how they describe that girl to be? Sekou, the girl don't even go to school again, Sekou.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
Of mental health.
Fine, that's a lady in there. So she put the girl like her daughter. Sekou, you can't treat somebody child like that because she's not in position, because she's not friendly, or because she's not someone that recognizes society. One woman always treat the commoner like this. So I wanted to test this story to see if somebody got feeling for woman. So I released my own attention as they got feeling now. So if this lady was there about it, they're not supposed to be recognized. Sekou is wrong. Sekou.
So Honorable
Sekou, put that lady as a top man, Sekou.
I have two girls.
So Sekou, so listen now your daughter friend there, if they see you say, oh, I want friend pie here, let's go to let somebody take your picture and the way they do the party photo already let to see you. Oh, Sekou for young girl. So I'm not supposed to stay with students.
As for me, the very first time I said it was totally wrong, your public figure, and I condemned it. The very first time. You have a lot of people that want to see you, want to interact with you. But Honorable Koliba, in the picture we saw the girl getting in the vehicle. Was there any other different reason why she got in your vehicle?
I challenge them to show the girl entering the vehicle. Sekou, there are more to this thing. You understand what I'm saying? But because the one ended the show, why you started a show that you came in? According to you, were going to the hotel. You were closer to, or why you couldn't zoom your camera to see which one the hotel were going in? The show only stopped to the girl going. Sekou, you know the kids coming to go to the school and say, I want to get involved with the kids.
I know how it hurts. For you, your political figure, but for that child and everything.
Sekou, when they did that thing, they tagged my wife to it. When I put in the picture up, then they say they want to damage me. They say they know. They were all on Facebook running away to Japan, China, Rwanda, Jamaica. So I put my own, I don't know it.
Okay, so what's it? Okay, what's it?
I told them, I said my press conference on Sunday will be one of the biggest in my political life. They took it a joke.
So what is the relationship between you and Katumu Bwaka, the first lady of our country? Because the picture,
we saw you holding hands.
The same relationship, and I will not legal, and the same relationship I got with Katumo. So let them describe the relationship they say I got with the league and describe the relationship with Katumo. I owe no regret for my statement.
Another allegation.
Or total were abused. And now it's fall again. One left. Maybe you don't want to say it.
No,
we said it.
We said it, though. We condemned it. So, Honorable Koluba, another allegation you made against the president about, even though it sounds that way, but it's important to ask these kinds of questions whenever you on the platform. You said before the election there were issues between the president and his wife that led to issues from Firestone, someone from Firestone. You care to tell us about that story?
So, when I have a press conference, in fact, there were not wars. There is zero conflict between Joseph Barker and his wife. The wife is insisting that she want to know who gave him the story because the story is true. Even the day I had a press conference, they had to relocate Joseph Barker because the woman said there will be no peace. They said the president now said there will be no peace. Because it is true. Jojo is an adopted child by Joseph Barker. Tata is an adopted child by Joseph Barker. I challenge them to prove DNA and prove me wrong.
But over the years, you think that President Barker has not been in the know of it, or is it something that
he's in the know? Let me tell you what, want to go bring peace between them because of the presidency. That when it came up, Joseph Barker said, nephew, you know that marriage business, I can't bring my person up to the public because when I refuse it, now it will be a serious problem. It will come my political career. It will do a lot of things. But these children are not mine. Yes.
You said Ambassador Barker said that in your face?
He said it to me.
Only you or people were around?
No. Most often when I used to go to Joseph Barker, I don't have security this person. I go there, I go in that his small room. He said, give me a chance, let me talk to nephew. In a way, he said most of his things to me. You know, in a year, he told me, he said, nephew, when you used to come here, you see that woman wife used to fry donut to sell the security. And that's true.
So
that's true.
Yeah, because Mr. Barker said things are difficult. You don't have money, so his wife selling donut or whatsoever. Is that something like news? You see that to be different?
So we forget what I think. Okay, they're saying don't have money, all of confused. Let him tell the proper way for $10 million from the view to the profile. I mean to the top. One thing you think you can identify with the people, but then he declare where you took the money from. Okay, we agree to them not have money. No one he went for fries to know. So where you took the $10 million from? So what wrong people? They put him crazy.
Honorable Koluba, I'm getting reports, and I'm going to talk to some of your colleagues. I'm getting report that you might likely be arrested anywhere today. You've been wanted by security apparatus of our country.
Segu, I said I'm going to walk from my 19th Street apartment. You know the post say, you know the party post say I live in 12th Street. I'm not living 12th Street. I'm to 19th Street. I'm going to walk from my 19th Street apartment to go to work. Anybody attack me in the street, I will defend myself. Yeah.
How will you defend yourself?
Yeah, let them come. Yeah, I will tell you how to defend myself.
Huh?
Let them come. You will see how to defend myself.
Are you on your way to CDC? The other time we saw you at the headquarters of CDC and you were dancing and all of that. And the other day you said you are finding time to go and reconcile with former President George Weah.
So we are now in the opposition. Am I in the opposition? Yes. Seku, I'm not a member of a political party. I'm an independent candidate since 2007. I got into politics. 2011, I ran as an independent candidate. And Judah Barron won me with 100 votes. 2017, I ran as an independent candidate. 2023, I ran as an independent candidate. Is CDC in the opposition? Yes. Did I wear Liberty Party hat or t-shirt when we were in the opposition? Yes, you saw it. Did I wear Liberty Party hat and t-shirt when we were in the opposition? Yes. Did I go to the Jura program? Yes. So when CDC get occasion, I will go there. If they don't want me there and they tell me to stay away, I will stay away. It is a party headquarters. Nobody told me to the party headquarters that day. I drove there by myself and got down. So we are in the opposition now. The day I go there, they want me there. I will not go there anymore. The day I come there, they want me to. I will come there again.
When are you going to reconcile with the former president?
Well, we'll find it some time to do that. You'll find it some time to do that at the appropriate time. It will happen. There's no issue between President Dr. George Weah and myself. We have our political differences, and we need, as a leader, as he is, he need to put it behind and know that election is finished for us to move the country forward, because we move him because we say how much now civil servant salary, and we're going to bring civil servant salary back. We move him because we say we're not running the country the right way, and we're going to run the country the right way. So if he think he's in the opposition, he just got defeated, so he will not talk, then he will be letting his supporters down. His supporters depend on him and believe in him. He must talk. Yes, he must talk. Things that we say we will do, that we're not doing, he must talk about it. He must compare us to do it, because that's what we move him for. When I say us to do it, because we move him with the honest saying that you are proceeding the wrong way. Sekou, I'm not saying something with sense, right?
You're live. Go ahead.
Right. So he might say that and say, oh, we just left from there. President George Weah, you'll be doing the wrong thing. You'll be leaving your supporters in the cold. We're talking from there because we say we'll do it. So we're not doing it. You will ask us why we're not doing it. It is all right. People believe in you. We did not win you with a majority vote. The vote we won you with, if Joseph Baka had that vote, he will break election because he took power greed. He think it must be him.
So let's ask you this question. What do you make of the budget that is before you people? Is it realistic, or you think that it's just something that the Bouakas administration will want to use to enrich individuals at the detriment of the Liberian people?
Yes, Sekou. You know, Sekou, I am not a budget person. I'm not school when it comes to budget, but I still do people. And it convinced me, Sekou. People took money from places and you know that pay money they're right there. They pay money to Jeremiah. No, Joseph George Weah being of failure today, it was because of the lack of paying money that he collaborated with. It was because of Jeremiah came cum laude in stealing.
You said what?
He got 10 cum laude in stealing. The guy is a master of rule. When you hold out the American ambassador said, people putting the money in the budget on a ministry agency and going for it. Yes, it happened. It was the Jeremiah, they paying money there that were doing that thing. So you think the budget, okay, the poor face their own budget, executive fair budget, and we see the DEA, then all of them running to the capital and oh my man, my budget is small. Go to Joseph Baka and say the budget you say in that already. The job budget came from you. Right, Sekou? The budget coming from Sekou. Then my sister in spirit say, come to us and say, oh, the things Sekou put there, is not enough for me. Why you she didn't tell you, say, Sekou, let me see why you put in there for me. These people are bunch of criminals that want to rob the Liberian people. Sekou, why would not be honest from all wash? Watch the process and see. Don't look at how I expressed it. That is how I will express it. But I'm not saying the truth. Was that leg not abused? But because after one picture answer, they say, oh, you denigrated a woman who, where were the women? Where? So the women there for people in hurricane, right? They are there then to come up.
Now, this child has been, is a victim now of what's happening. People in out of the country, they're discussing, they've got different views about it. Some people accept that she just came around because you're a popular man, you're a lawmaker. Some people have different things that maybe you have something different. She's being stigmatized now. What you as a lawmaker has been able to do in the interest of this child?
So we are fighting the food process. So what I wanted the family to establish was this game master had never ever had link before. We had never ever had link before. And the family convinced to the point where they say, yeah, we are convinced we are doing our interview. To the point where, according to the information, the family went for the care call lot on January to the day we met. They have no interaction. So I said, why do you sleep with women when there's no interaction? You will not on one day said to say, you're going to meet to the play.
Maybe that day was the very first day. Maybe that was a very
They
first thing.
listen. They want to destroy me. They don't know how to do it. Anything you do, you can destroy me. Because the Liberian people know already that you said it for me. So anything you do, it will not be on news to the Liberian people. Any kind of way you put me outside will not be on news. The Liberian people are expecting anything now for me. Even the Liberian people from closer to you, people will be telling me, you can be careful. People want to get rid of you. People have seen it. And people desperate to get rid of me. Because they said they want nobody to talk to Joseph Boakai. You're an old man. You know, when you talk to an old man, it's a disrespect. For what? Sekou, let them bring their grandpa and put their grandpa there. I'm still talking to him, they will know that grandpa has to do what presidency. Yeah, you all go marry your grandchildren there. That's what I told them. I said, your feet, Joseph Boakai is common. Don't put your children together. Let you go to one place. Let you go and marry your area. Let you go marry your grandchildren there. You bring somebody to presidency when you want to go take down with the old man. That battery will put 900 voltage in that battery. It will burst.
What kind of battery?
Oh, when they say using battery, I will overcharge it.
Well, I don't understand the other thing.
Oh, they say using battery. I think they say using battery. The Pola is supporting today. Yeah, my go say 2023, Joseph Boakai will not be wrong nothing.
Wow.
In fact, he power that he was changing paper. He power in paper. They record it all around. You saw it.
We have
Yeah,
it.
he said that.
Right. And I'm seeing people today working with. So they don't know that you get battery. When you say they get battery, so we are talking to hospital. So we are saving left. Today you go and look at Prince Johnson. Politics not go. I want to
but you people have signed the war crimes code, and I'm told today the senators will be doing the same. So Prince Johnson is not happy, or he's not at ease with the government, though.
So in my mind, Prince Johnson is making a decision for himself, not for the poor in Nima country. I want to go to Nima country and ask the poor. I say all the poor employ him. People, how the only person can go to places that people think when you go there, you can ask questions about somebody. When I go there, I can ask any question about anybody. That's what the poor believe in me doing. I say all the poor employ him warrior. They don't come here to solve a week, or they don't come here to sacrifice to ask you, say you're giving people to go employ. The poor say no. I say, but the poor employ their family poor. The poor say, yeah, that's true. No people try for their own benefit, not for Nima country benefit. Because it is for Nima country, the poor go to Kanta. Kanta poor, you're going to get the all 4 person will go put in government. Have they done it before? You said I employ a web system. Then you say because the woman is for social for Nima country. Now the person in Nima country put in the water.
What about call I'm saying?
Employ a system so Nimale. Is how the person employed Nima country, I mean local country place in the water. He employ a family. When now you went to Zobo to tell the poor Zobo say you have bring 2 point we employ. Because in Nimale and his sister son. Then he deny it, then he put me wrong. I've been in the sago for long. Nimale is Joseph Boakai's sister's son.
Okay, Honorable Koloba, I'm concerned about this thing because I still continue to receive. I know. Yeah. You will soon go. I continue to receive reports about this thing where today, no matter what it is, if you are not careful, you'll be arrested. Do you have a huge support base, or maybe your security thing is tight that you could protect yourself, as you've claimed that anybody that come after you, you're gonna protect yourself?
So, Commander Nokia, I just said to you, I do not touch the security character because they have become a partisan police. So if I have done anything wrong, Sekou, if the court Sekou, I'm going to be working alone. If the court said for me, I will go there, Sekou.
But you can't go to police, you can't go to...
Sekou, I don't try to security. I go to Nimakane, I want to bring you there. I want to wear my press people and my driver. Now I'm going to bring you my company, all the police enjoy all the places. I go with my driver. In the press people to call all my story. I do not have security. Sekou, I just thank my security because they paid them to kill me. He let them one with the ETA uniform.
But then he had a reporter to what you said. He said there were promises made during the campaign. You said things could be better after the campaign. But then they noticed that you still want to be against the government. And they don't want to continue their life in that way. So you are paying each of them $80. I don't know how true it is.
Somebody said the men say I will pay each other $80 for 6 years. Seku, you want to believe that I'll pay you $80 for 6 years?
That's what I'm asking you. Ask who it is.
So I agree now. I will pay this $80 for 6 years. But you still were in the team for 6 years? Seku, you are paid to get rid of me. Seku, I'm telling you. So, okay, now I agree. I promise I didn't live up to my promise. So that Seku, when they put it to put it out, you employ people. You just see them in 1 week and put in uniform. Seku, why you want the military to think say you not get sales like that? Seku, is that how you employ people? You just see somebody in 1 week, you get in the national security uniform to wear. Seku, tell me, how you employ the people when you put it to police?
Okay, Honorable.
You not go to police academy, you not vet the person. You just see them today, you put it in the way in there. You may say, well, let us stop all that thing alarm, man. You believe I'll pay no to 80 out of 6 years.
Okay, Honorable.
Those are people, certain that came left. They say they want to go farm. Seku, those people went in less than 1 week. They came back to come work. So what you came back for? When I'm paying $80, where you came back for? What you came back for when I'm paying $80? So you believe I'll pay $80?
Okay, Honorable Koluba, because I know you need to run. We're going to go to the lines, and then maybe if you have the time to listen, 104.1.
I don't have radio. You know, okay. I don't let this radio. You know, I don't let it go on Facebook is because people will say some things on Facebook that maybe you don't want to hear.
Okay.
People will say
so you can get to the bomb. You can get to the bomb. You go sit down.
Yeah. Who want to discuss it? We want to discuss it.
Okay. Honorable Koluba.
But I will listen to the radio someone. Yeah, go ahead. Let me be on the last
one. Okay. Thank you very much. Let's go to the lines now and see as well we can take calls this morning. We have on the line District number 10 representative, Honorable Yeke Koluba, Firebrand. Honorable Yeke Koluba is on this morning. We're going to go to the lines and tell you we live in MyGB on 89.7, in Banga on 98.7, and other frequencies across Liberia. Our mother station is 104.1, 07709079070, 08809079007, and the line for Bon County, Samara also announced it. Those will be out of Liberia. Maybe you want to participate on the show. You can hit us on +231 770 942048 +231 770 942048. Let's go to the lines and take your calls. We speak straight to the issue. Morning.
Good morning to you.
Yeah, good morning. Go ahead.
And good morning to the people of this is Tazi Wuzin, Professor because son of KOK. I'm joined this morning with my lecture district number 14. I want to say thank you to the Honorable Mayor for his conversation this morning. You know, when this mayor was doing some of these things, one of the jobs we are reaching some of the last support him because we feared that he was doing the wrong thing. But I come to realize that he only gave he approached the wrong way, but sometimes say the right thing. So in some of the reasons we see some of us today, we are not supporting the honorable mayor of going to certain president, but we told them before that they will not be rightful to support this mayor in such a president. Today, they are going against me to attacking the street. One way, go back and read to show you anybody that we're attacking the street, you can retaliate. Any other aftermath, there are going to support the way I'm speaking for.
Thank you. Let's take this question. Good morning. Good morning. Please be audible, though.
Good morning.
Morning.
I'm calling from Paris.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
You know, this is a few years ago, there was.
Say Representative Yeke, man. Koluba. You can't just say Yeke. Honorable Koluba.
Yeke was prominent. But today, there is all within the military rate that Yeke is a president. And he's speaking the fact. Get here now. How to people get to pass into the world? Most people live in people. It will come a thousand people. So people need to come in and see how best to get best to help them make it.
Okay, thank you. This person. Good morning.
Good morning, Seku.
Good morning.
Well, Seku, this is Kalifara Kuma. I'm doing this morning from District 11.
Go ahead, my brother.
Honorable Kolda, I think his approaches towards issues might be my problem. But honestly, if you look at his advocacy, it is in the interest of the country and the future of this country. It's just that this his Joseph Biden action clearly demonstrates that George Madawia is more mature than Joseph Mapaka. Because during the regime of President Weah, there were a lot of things that Honorable Kolda said against Weah and his family. But not a single day President Weah sent to go and harm him or even no, not a single day. But just in recent time, the Kolba is kind of like kicking against Baka and Baka is everything and his supporters. I don't think that's okay. And it's sure that they are not mature and in fact they are not ready to withstand criticism. And when you become a public figure, you should be willing to withstand criticism. Because the always be people criticize you. You supported this yesterday when you were making statements.
Hello, sir. Let's address our leaders with respect. You can say this, Honorable Yeke Koloba.
You supported Honorable Yeke Koloba yesterday for instructing we are his family, but today he's speaking against us.
Okay. Thank you. Let's go to the Bon County line and ask the Bon County the number for the Bongis.
Number for Bon County is 0779 003 0779 003
Okay, we take more calls. Good morning.
Morning,
Morning.
Yes, we have a record flat environment. There are two choices for the help of the medical this morning. Let me appreciate you for your topic. You know, some of us we will not celebrate Mr. Yega Koroba in everything of his thoughts, but we will also remark broadcasts that were hearing Mr. Yega Koroba or Honorable Yega Koroba yesterday when he was insulting the president. You see, all world of the president was celebrating him. We told him, we say what goes around us around today, the world to believe that Mr. Yega Koroba is influencing a man every aspect that you see on the way informed that Mr. Yega Koroba is a man of war, is a man who believes in. So today, when we are turning over to Mr. Joseph Bada because of the this governance system of this country, he's calling it crazy institution of the Bada and his government, the civil service, when the labor minister, the arrogance in the police, so you only because it's sat on your plate and make him today is Joseph Bada president.
Okay, thank you. This person, the calls are too many. Good morning. I will call about if you want to leave, just let me know. Good morning. Morning, go ahead.
Good morning to Samira. This is Burma Radio in our joint my district. Resident with design corporation. Thanks to you for hosting our honorable mayor for district. Let me just reiterate. I think you asked the honorable mayor for sending about today or setting for some of the worker code and he never answered that. So if he listening,
no. He didn't listen. The man said he wants the war crimes code. In fact, the other people that were in support of it now they've changed. He said it though. He said it very clear. Good morning. Morning, you're live.
Kamara from
Okay, Sekou, go ahead.
You know, we told the people from the past government and President John Suya, you know, it's just that the approach the way he can give the issue. So if you listen to the man is consistent, telling you that what was happening and he was saying against Georgia and make sure he campaigned against the government and make sure Georgia government was voted out. Whether is coming. Whether has come and continue to do the thing, in fact, doing more than what we are doing. Why is it that the man cannot talk? When the man talk, then you want to go. You want to go against? I think we'll support you again from that point. We will make sure that we continue to put their feet to the fire. If we do the wrong thing, they can tell you that this is wrong.
Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Morning. Morning.
Yeah, this is David Key, the property channel. I join you for a resident this morning.
Yeah,
and let me say morning to the honorable man, honorable Cosma. You know, we said this thing with one number that the guy in the Unity Party
They are intolerant. They're tolerant the CDC has and the CDC political leader has. The Unity Party and that leader do not have the tolerance. They don't have that tolerance. They are very much intolerant. Look, Samira, you can remember, some of the people won this election. They are so bitter and said to say they haven't won the election yet. We stay in campaign period. All of the things Obama said to President, we are not there. You are issue a threat of being arrested. You and I were here. You heard the Lord saying you were close to the president phone call. When the EPF fired God, he will fight. They will not see what one will come for to fire back at them. You know what? Now arrested. You and I were here. So what done Joseph Boakai? Mr. Boakai will sit and start to issue track calling and people here and there to have a couple of arrested for what he has said. If you are not trying on a couple family, you will say what he said.
Okay, thank you, my brother. Let's take another person here. Good morning.
Good morning, CEO. Good morning for your co-host, man. How you guys doing?
Go ahead, sir.
All right. Thank you. I bless God for Mama Liberia, and I bless God for everyone listening to me. Thank you for the show this morning. My name is Prophet Emmanuel Eswati. I call you from Takata Magidi Kante, the Prophet Prophet. Thank you this morning. You know, Mr. Boakai, Omen Boakai promised the Liberian people that he will work, he will promise the Liberian people a lot of things. So it means get all the experience to do it. So we expected for him. Now, we can work, he's strong. Because he knew that he was coming to the presidency, he promised the Liberian people that he would make sure available for the Liberian people. He said he would face all the major roles. He won't get this. So we're not considering as a old man. We are considering we want to do things in family and like going through. We consider not LSM meet. We consider LSM meet. If you want for somebody to praise with the goal before they try to benefit from the country, we have a private firm, and then that other person come and tell you the goal for you to do the president job.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Prophet from Magidi County. Let's come here and take this call. Good morning. Yeah, morning.
Yes. My name is Rose Wilson, calling for Festival.
Rose, go ahead, Mama.
Yes, when George we are town when they were paying
Honorable, call him now. Just add the honorable to him, please. A lawmaker. He's a lawmaker.
Yeah, he's a lawmaker.
That's what I'm saying. Just add honorable Koliba, please. I'm not against what you're saying.
Why you were calling George William Mother, George William West. They didn't talk at the time he was the field law because now they should get there. They shouldn't get there.
Okay. Thank you. Let me take another person here. Anybody call the main title? You can call the major that morning. Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
My brother, I saw your call coming. It is the same phone that I have the honorable man on. Couldn't get you on. Sorry.
Thank you so much. I want to thank the but I want to thank
You're coming in very bad.
And I want to call all Honorable Yeke. So thank you to Honorable Yeke and the leadership of the House of Representatives for that staying in Greater Park County against the ill treatment of the continuous and the Dear Martin Mining Company. I want to inform the public through this medium that there will be a total shutdown of the entire Dear Martin mines on Thursday, and that the road leading from
no, we'll invite you tomorrow. We'll talk about that one, yeah? Okay, thank you. Talk something different now. Hey, good morning.
Good morning, Sergeant Seku, and good morning, Samira. Good morning, Yaga Polwa and Tito. My name is Roda. The Deputy Secretary for Regular Research, AC Regular Meditation. And I call you this morning for the biggest political hustle in Liberia, the Congress for Democratic.
Mama, go ahead. All right, you doing your time coming to you.
It's so laughable to see our friends from the Unity Party doing good. Yaga for going against Mr. Boyka.
Okay. We have calls. I have my phone. Sorry to the people of County, seriously. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Where are you joining us from?
Camila, I'm calling you from Yekepa in my country.
Yekepa, Nimba County.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead, my brother.
Hello?
So, Sekou, let me say thank you so much for taking me on your show and to my sister Samara in there with you. I appreciate the time being on the show with you. I gotta get ready to go to work because you know I'm walking from 19th Street straight to my capital building office. I want to be arrested by people I call it a guest. Anybody attack me, I will treat them as a guest.
And you deal with them as guests?
Yes, I will defend myself.
Okay, Honorable Caliber, those are people who keep posted and keep following all of your activities. We wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm available anytime.
Okay. Representative Yeka. Now let's take more calls as he goes to work. He's following as well.
Morning.
Let's take more
Good
calls.
morning, Sarah.
Hey, Yanina, where do you join us from?
Yes, my name is John D. I call from Kaka City, Bonkande this morning.
You people, sorry, I had a little capital. That's the reason. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you, Senora. And Senora, I want to tell you, Honorable ECO, thank you very much for your deliberation this morning. I think Yeke, Honorable Yeke Kodma, every time he speaks logically.
For me,
I'm satisfied. I'm jollified with your brother Yeke. And also, let me say this. I want to also represent the first Afoko and that of Thomas P. Fala to do your brother Yeke to put other people to the fire. Everybody. There was no exception. Senate were insulting, the Senate were insulting, even the president himself, or the president then, that he was a boy. I seen boy in the presidency is insulting. This presidency was put to death in different sharing. So it's all that any other if you would say your person is seen a boy occupy a president, it's inflated, it was insulting. So what he said, the possible in the past, or as far as the insulting, it will not harm the people who will share with him, no matter how many. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Away from my monitor.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, let me go for one country. Yeah, as I was saying the old man, somebody in some now discuss the issue, but talking very bad. Either you're not supposed to be or insulting or zero.
Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning for now. Good morning.
Okay.
The name remains Cherry. I'm calling from Bronx County District. Oriented development, oriented medical district. It's
Okay.
just a Bronx County right now.
Okay.
Okay, so, yes, Amira, you know, Satan and love. The time you talk about you support the man, cause the former VP, with people are hearing on the district from different district, you cannot to get a register to vote for Yakoba. And now Yakoba the thing advocacy that he can over the period of time. He can't you let people have on the outside the Yakoba. That's how he get the I think Yellow advocacy for is welcoming, we're appreciating, we are already party our love because in the hall. Majority in the hall.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
We will keep you on the line, my brother. Yes, this morning.
Okay, sorry, brother. This is Bill Wamo from Mike V County, District number 4. Yeah, I highly appreciate the honorable representative Oliver for the issue discussing here to take he taking certain decision. You know, for me, I love the procedure, you care what you do, but I know that you can put something that the country can be developed. But in so doing, you can take it. And secretary, interview a personal number.
Okay. Good morning.
Yeah, morning, Samara.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Samara, I need to talk about one country.
Okay.
Man, I don't want to appreciate the Koruba. You know, when you say you just do something, when you can't, then you want to start it. Samara, the way people say your level, human right people. You should see human right, you see people. You see people that are working in our office. We have what you see. All the time, expectation they give them, elaborate people. How can I be in this? They raise their and they come out with every one of them. Because why you were doing we are, they were having what you used to take it. You will see your part out, you will see all of them following the water go for him. So now you're raising they will be there for every one of us. And nothing will happen to get yes, no, we are never people or to lay him. The key is that one country, if people are in head, people were clapping. And nothing that in answer. And nothing happened to get it with no day. But since they know the first one, they will say, oh, you're still calling the future. But we just said it for what we planning to do for us. We ourselves, we planning for this and our children. All they will sign the contract. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let me take this one. Good morning.
Yes, it's just a sign for our country. Here, this government is treating our citizens as part of the bureau. Why is very wrong? You just treating somebody how you keep it because it's saying what is right for the country. When you carry the country backward, they put there to pay all the right country and territory to bring the country power. Then why will you keep treating the citizens as how you keep after them? It is unacceptable. You know, this liberal we see that this one guy the key for terrorism to be realistic. Okay, for terrorism. It was just a mistake that ran into the grand mind to put the whole man to this position. But one day, our story will change. We're living in and kicking out of this government. They go back there and do this.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning to my sister Samara, the natural beauty of the country, and good morning to our university of Liberia, our CEO.
Tell us that's why you choose for me again.
I'm CEO to pronounce my name. You know, the DART.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. The thing is, man, you people were probably on a discussion. Samara, what to say with the Liberia? You see, when you get to the animal in the yard, that animal biting, the animal can bite you. That take it from the time. You know, you leave the animal, but the animal still to the spirit. Don't cry. That's what I have to do. You said that you get come back. All was that for that. You to go for you get go because the said that person where will be that person and so you get to continue to you shot. Today now, and you get the need for making for being consistent.
That's what they call representation and lawmaking. They look at them for the Liberian people. They said that when they win, the Yoruba will sweep everything on the table. But not everything is exposing. And the thing the Yoruba was doing yesterday, the only thing I tell the whole we are traditional people, and secondly, we are Christian, and we are law-abiding. When you say something, they invite to the point and slow down with gangs so like we start because sometimes you can use on hard wall. We don't want it to happen that way. We stay for the Liberia. We not stay for anybody. Maybe I was going to say probably the one. Therefore, all the the same word inside where the very best. And the president now is to cut the children. There are 5 senators in the country. The president currently into our politics. We are not a family in all the that you can. Great president, we are. No transmitter, we are nobody interfere. Not the president should go and pay the president and tell him go to the president. And the president should be so wise about the children. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, my brother. All right, so let's take us from the other line there. We will take us up to 8:35 and then we'll be able to for the next discussion this morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Samara.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Thank you very much. And the family along with the alcoholic CEO Sheriff. Samara for and I'm a public relation officer of the of the Blue Revolution. The multiple relation.
Okay, if you call that Robert, that won't be happy to you.
Come again?
I said, if you pronounce the Roberts like that, what can happen to you? You can say the Roberts. Anyway, go ahead. Go ahead.
No problem.
Okay.
Also, let me be very clear, emphatic clear to you. Nothing will be short here. From a joke worker, sorry, President, from a joke worker. From a joke worker, want to rescue and clean. Let him jab, or step down, or even resign. Whatever mean by that. Or he has to be authority for the peace. That part just we are dead. For now, for you to be or proceeding in a form and manner to participate to all of my feet. You see, if the there will be nothing to be if it will be fixed. Just for this, the come out for the fear of you protected. Protected. You fuck up a fear here and feel like you have to put it off for it. You say, and let's say the good thing. But trust me, what?
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning, Samara.
Go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Abek Ibra calling from 203 Swinton.
Okay.
Yes, you know, they clean the honorable man that way. You are all there. When honorable Yeke started the thing in the past 6 years, you were so advancing. Because the Bible says, train on a child in a way that when he or she grows, that's the passion it. He was a younger man. I mean, he is a younger man. You are an older man. You should have advised that man lessons, but you did not do it. Now you the manner in which you train him. This is a pretty in your body. So when you clap for him, yesterday you go clap for the wrong thing, and you the children them of control. This is not right. It is not of you put business. Attack the man's photo, to take the man's photo and then run on social media with it. So when you see why you did to him and why you doing back to pay your father with, so it is wrong. Yesterday, President, we actually knew was silent. Why today you say doesn't want to maintain a peace? Because this is very wrong. If you go after him, then no, you are not doing no majority thing. You majority behavior like hey, you want to exhibit. You see, he spoke wrongly yesterday and you can clap for him. Nobody ran after him. This is just a city wrong. He's there for 50 years and nobody went after him. Please, we want our peace. We want our peace. Nobody shouldn't go after all the honorable men. That's my own contribution this morning.
Thank you, my sister. Let's take more calls from the other line there. Let's take calls up to 9:35 this morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mark Gavin Neyman calling from Central Liberia, Pacific, Banga. Let me just speak to the issues of our husband and a personal life that people want to take it to run it publicly. I believe even if the honorable man have decided to help someone, we are people that are wise, we are people that read between lines. Or honorable, I mean, the vice president and his family or whosoever that is connected to such a photo that is happening on the radio cannot take it and tell us that the first Oliver is involved into such a thing. And most besides, whatsoever honorable yet this morning concerning about 40,000 I think lay out by this government. I believe a president, we are former president, we are could be of the mind of President Walker has definitely.
Let's take another call. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead.
Myself, come on, calling from Apollo 50.
Okay.
You know, Samara, you can call you honorable, you can call her. He is saying the truth. Well, it's just the way you present it. Honorable Bwaka knows that you can cover insult at the presidency when you are not doing the right thing. You can say anybody before this country as president not do the right thing, he will be harsh on you. So Bwaka, you know, this is not a thing that you went through our office without taking care of happen. So thank you very much this morning.
Thank you. Let's take calls from that step. Let's take that call. Good morning.
Good morning.
You are live.
Thank you, Samara.
Yes.
My name is Washington School and I come from Disville. Good morning.
Yes, you're live. Go ahead, my brother.
Okay, thank you. I listen to people saying the way he speak. That's the way he can speak. How he spoke in the past in Waga and other projects. Even the Waga himself has threatened his country. Waga threatened the country in the election that he will destroy the country. How can the country destroy? If Waga got to destroy the country, meaning they'll kill a lot of people. So you can say anybody kill his family when the kill Africa country is an issue because the man in power himself is not for power us, he's not for protecting the peace. But if you command the unruly, the government is not aspect of the Congo opposition. They're trying to bring up this country, they're trying to destroy our own government. Because nobody will sit here for anybody to harm and somebody will just sit here to allow this to go after the government. The way he was treated peacefully in the past 6 years, that will continue. And we are calling on the children of water. Like people will no longer accept any form of justice of our 30 years. Those water and Tantan water in this country, we're going to get it better than our people. Thank you.
Thank you. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
I'm Jimmy Scott.
Where are you? I'm getting feedback. The places like. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm Jimmy Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you for your program. You know, whatsoever you talk about is but I will tell you one thing. If you can call back, be careful when you can call back. There will be a crashing. So if the 500 men are moving to meet the campaign, the government are staying back in people. So the government are being very careful so that our people cannot go to where they came from.
Okay, thank you. Let's take us from that side. Let's be able to take us from that side. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. I'm Robert Makoya, calling from 17th Street, Pastor Avenue.
Okay.
Thank you. Your show is great. Let me commend you. Your show is great.
Mhm.
The audiences that you got, you want to say for the call,
Yeah,
let me get
that's
to
it.
let me get to the good video of the show. I just want to appreciate the honorable man this morning for letting the different people to know what unity party government stands for and what the society looks to the different people. But the problem I got with the honorable man and not man of fame of him. See, the issue is a particular issue. You can go to the issue. For letting a begging, if you want to issue, always tackle the issue, let you leave the investigation. That's some always really love that part. I really love that part because for me, I will not let you the mirror you my sister for somebody to say something negative like that for you. So for me, we can go to the issue. The issue here is what we want you to discuss. Need the insulting of people will make you on what you're going to. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
That's on the
Thank-
pause.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. No, let's take the last one. Then we call it a day. We can take all your calls. Good morning. Good morning. Okay, the last person here. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're the last caller, though.
Okay, Burma William from People Village.
Burma, go ahead.
You know, because Honorable Koluba, then we all were against him because of the manner in which he used to say things as if they were. And the old man Joe Baka, one day, he never one day said anything to Koluba to say, oh my God, this is not how to express yourself. But today, Honorable Koluba begin to say what he don't want to say, and so on. You just said this for free. Honorable Koluba, he got 3 days for this 13. I, my wife, and my son, who have been 18 years old on the night.
Hey. Banana can be
Vote for me. Thank you for the time of love.
Okay. Cyrus will be the last person or former representative candidate in Mangibi County. Let me take you, Cyrus, with the last caller because of your status. I needed to do that. It's not because of we don't respect other people. Morning, go ahead.
Thank you, Sekou. This is Congressara's idea, Kuna, the country coordinator in the office of Senator Matana Mangio, Magidi County Premier Senator.
Go ahead, sir.
You know, yesterday there was being some celebration around the country when Representative Yaka Koluba was throwing jabs at our president for complete safety. Let me just inform the Liberian people that there was a program held where the current President Joseph Simon Boakai, Honorable Benina Yure, and you name the rest of it, including the current First Lady. In that program, Honorable Yaka Koluba instructed the President, instructed the First Lady, and Honorable Boakai went and stood. They did a photo, they did a selfie. Everybody was in a joyful mood. Why today? Look, this country, we should be able to live out our 100 days deliverable promises that we have made to the Liberian people. This country, we have to be peaceful. We have to allow, what is good for John to be good for Paul. If you think the CS that Spence Street is very sour today, there should be no problem about that. For you, if you think yesterday Yaka Koluba was doing the right thing, I think you should be able to eat that today. So why now are you people crying? But all we can say to the people of this country is we that are in opposition will continue to speak on the tangible. We will continue to speak against ills in society because this country is the only patrimony that we have. But no one wants to feel within themselves. They are coming government for which one? We are not here for that. We want to make it clear that the Liberian people run this president we are. If today was election, president, we will be elected.
Okay. Thank you. So it's our time that we be able to move on to our next discussion this morning. Like we said, that issue was so much interesting that we had to continue with it up to this time. Excuse me, but nevertheless, the next issue that we have to talk about is concerning the War and Economic Crimes Court. On today, the Liberian Senate they called on media outlets for a major discussion that will be taking on call for the establishment of the World Economic Council. This is something that have been around. This is something that governments, after governments have been, I should say, watching, they will tell Liberian people that I will do it. And when they take power, they won't do it. For what reason, we don't know. But let me say this that I support the World Economic Crimes Court, and other people out there support it too. People might say the money, we don't have money for it, it's going to be established in another country and all of that. But my point here is I think if we want a new Liberia, if we want a better Liberia, we have to start from somewhere. Liberia has to start from somewhere, excuse me. We have to start from somewhere. If we can allow these people created trauma for some people, who caused incidents that people they are still remembering up to now, who made people to lose their families, their fathers, their sisters, their loved ones. If these people are still around here, it brings memories, right? If these people are the same people who are governing us, excuse me, if these people are the same people who are governing us, then it shows that we won't head anywhere. My thing is, the World Economic Crimes could be able to come to Liberia. When we are saying World Economic Crimes Court, I'm telling you that it's not just about the warlords. It's also about these people who took government money, those who are into money laundering, those of you that use government resources without any source in saying that, oh yes, I use this for this purpose, huge amount of money taken from government's cover, all of that, it will be established. And once it is established, and Liberia be able to prosecute all those who were involved into that act, then we know that Liberia is starting from somewhere. Warlords, they're all around here, passing around. Some of them, they are even making a mockery out of the situation. Some of them, they threaten Liberians about the situation. This could have been done since, but then the Unity Party led government said that they were going to do it, and the pressure is on their back for them to do it. Now the House of Representatives they confirmed they voted in favor of it. It had been dragging to the House of Senate, to the not House of Senate, but to the Liberian Senate. It had been dragging, right? They have been dragging it and dragging it and dragging it. But finally, on today, a major decision will be taken on the course for the establishment of the World Economic Crimes Court. It's something that we welcome. It's something that we look forward to see. It's something that we want for those who for those who committed crime, for those who committed crime, for them to be able to pay for their crime. Let them be able to answer if these things are said against you, if your name appear on the TRC list, and of course you know that what you did, you never did it out of, let's just say probably you was a child soldier and all of that, you go and answer to it. If the law calls for you to come back or serve certain amount of time, you'll be able to do it. Just that they are read out the TRC this year, and you saw few people named like the likes of Thomas Yaya Nimle, you saw the likes of Prince Johnson from Nimba County, you saw Charles Taylor, and you just name them. Too many persons named. Some of them they are dead, but some of them are living. And these are the people who are in government. These are the people who threaten Liberia, that Liberia will go back to the dark days, that the warlords will have meetings because of the World Economic Crimes Court. Liberians, if we want to start on a new page, if we want a better Liberia, you know, people might take it as the World Economic Crimes Court is the American people who wants to do it because they want for the country to be divided and all of that. Is it now others say black guys should focus on more important things than the World Economic Crimes Court? I've heard all of these things. I have talked to people, even the senators. He said that bloggers should focus on more important things. It's just the beginning of this government, and he should be able to do other things instead of focusing on where economic comes to. But where in the Liberian law that it is stated that after you take power, about 3 years should pass before you be able to establish the World Economic Crimes Code. It's not there. It's not there. So it's something that we should be able to know that there is no, it's too soon or it's too late for this particular code. And once it was promised by the Liberian government, they should be able to fulfill that promise to the Liberian people. Do you know how many people out there? Some people are even living with amputated arm, leg, and all of that. Some of them they got trauma from this particular war thing. You have some people that are living in their country without family. Their parents, their dad. So it's something that we all will encourage the establishment of the court. It's why we have been saying that the Liberian Senate, they will have to go, or they will have to speed the process up so that we'll be able to see as to if how many persons in the Liberian Senate will be able to vote in favor or vote against it. And on today we will see that. On today there will be a briefing there, and we'll see what is going on. If we support this, then we are saying that we want a new Liberia. If we support this, we are saying that those people, or these people who committed crimes, we want them to pay for their crimes. You cannot commit a crime and then you just go free. Others will want to commit it because they know that if they do so, they will go free. Right? For an example, since the government came, they were corrupt. All right, let's just start it from Ellen Johnson, the lead government, the past president. The former president, Ellen Johnson, the lead government came, they were corrupt. They let um former president George Weah government came, and then he never did asset recovery, none of these things. He let it slide and then he continued. Now, people of saying the past president government will say, oh, yeah, but they didn't nothing even order. So we'll do ours too, and they will do theirs. Joseph Boaga government come to power. When Joseph Boaga government took over on the 22nd, before they could take over, they promised that they were going to recover, they were going to do asset recovery, they were going to give in their stuff that they have, asset declaration, as some of the things that they have, and all of that. They said it. Do you know that if there's a black government doesn't go after all of these people who took government money? People in the government will still too, because Liberians, that's the mindset we have. That once it's politics, we will get rich from it. That's the same thing with war economics. You have people killing people on a daily basis in this country here, and nothing will be said about it. You know how many deaths you can see on a daily basis around town? There are some people who are responsible for these things. Mhm. But all of these things, if you don't take this first bold step, sometimes people might not realize the importance of some things until the step is taken. If you don't take the bold step at the end of the day, you will know that it will be better for the country. There is nowhere that says it is too soon for the World Economic Crimes Code. There is nowhere that says that it is too late for the World Economic Crimes Code. But it is to be established within the country. Let it be. Let people pay for their crimes. You cannot have people committing crime or they are committing crime and they be walking free. They be the ones in government. They be the ones ruling people. And also giving threatening remarks. The people want to say some things. They cannot be.
And so the senators this morning, you decide the fate, Samara.
Yeah, I'm
This
waiting.
morning,
I'm
senators will
waiting.
decide the fate. You see how it plays out, though. Yeah, this morning. Uh, so let's do an open air where we listen to them.
Mhm.
Let's listen to Liberians, uh, your senators. You've got something to say to them. Maybe you don't want the establishment of war and economic crimes. Maybe you want it. You can speak to your senators because they're going to be making that decision today. Let's give you the time. Let's hear you out on it. Call us on the various numbers. 0770907907, 0770907907, 0880907907, or 0880907907, and the line for the Bong County people.
0779 003 835. 0779 003 835.
Okay, So let's go to the lines and hear you today. The senators will be taking a major, decision as to the establishment of war and economic crimes code. Then it goes to the president. Good morning.
Good morning, and Secretary, and good morning to Samira. It came on here about the was flat out there, and 221 cities here this morning in Congo. Let me appreciate you over this topic. Prepare the instruction of our honorable House of Senate to not just look at the passing of the war in the code, always be careful, not to all the women and to speaking in nature of the Labyrinth of all, to believe in the spirit of war, believe in the spirit of economic and how good in the nature of the Labyrinth people is done by law, it should be this place should be on a personal interest again in the Labyrinth people. So we need what
Okay, thank you. Let me be able to take another call there. Let's take another call there on. Let's take another call there. Let's be able to take another call there. Good morning.
Good morning.
You're live.
Yeah, good morning, Samia. Good morning to the CEO, Secretary.
Okay.
Yeah, my name is Azaz Momoa, joining from the 20th Street, opposite the JFK. Yeah, the issues about the war and economic records for me, I don't see it like the war record is not very beneficial to the Liberians when it comes to this country. But what will benefit the country is the economic record that will be beneficial to us. I just want to tell the Senate that we shouldn't go ahead and by them signing out the war record, but they can bring the economic record that will benefit the country.
All right. So let's be able to get this clear, right? The World Economic Crime Code or the War Crimes Code is not specifically about Prince Johnson, right? It's about accountability of these people. So it's not about any specific person. It's about the country. It's not about Senator Prince Johnson or about Thomas Nimian. Yeah, I know. Good morning.
Samira, good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, this is Musa Sharif. All right. Yes, so thank you for the show. When topic like this it's been put on the floor for us to discuss is important that will come to enlighten the minds of Liberian people concerning the relevance of the issues of court the economic and the war crimes court. So, Samira, the Constitution is the guardian oak of the Republic and its people. And then out of that, growing out of the Constitution, we have the statutes and what have you. Courts are those tribunals set aside to handle particular situation at a particular time. For instance, we have criminal courts, criminal code A2, criminal code E, and we have commercial court, and we have a report. There are situations that necessitated the establishment of those courts. Recently, we have the rape court, criminal code E, because the people found out that things were happening in the society concerning rapes and what have you. We needed to give it a specific attention for speedy trial. So we established that. The issue relating to the criminal code, war crimes code and the economic code is appropriate. It's very important that we establish it. It is not because those that fought war yesterday will be called upon. There will be a code to set deterrent for people that may think in similar direction. Mm-hmm. It is about that. It is not about people that did it yesterday. You also prevent people from doing it again. Why is it that people are afraid to rape? Because there is a special tribunal set aside for that. They have no other business but to look at in the cases of rape. So they will deal with it so quickly. Exactly. So it is not about yesterday crimes. It's about crimes to be committed in the future. So it's very much appropriate. It's statutorily wise to do it for our people. It will be part of our court system. It's not going to be a court that when it is established, and later on after the issue being, no, we'll maintain it. We'll maintain that code. We're not going to dissolve it. It will be maintained. Those that will go to, committing crimes against the state, treason and what have you, We try them through the courts. So it's important. Let it be established. That's the only thing that can guard a society, the laws. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Let's take this call. That was the CEO of Strong FM. He just made his point. Let's take another call from that side, please. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira. My name is Amen Gabriel calling from 2 Street, Lincoln.
Okay.
I'm asking my lawmaker this morning, Honorable Frank Safoko, please, we voted for you. We need the right thing to be done. And the right thing I all vote is that I all vote today is that please put your signature to the war crowd. Please, especially so that tomorrow people will not do the same thing and go with impunity.
Okay.
Whatever you, I'm speaking for 12 Street.
All right.
For your
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, my sister. Let's take another call. Good morning. Good morning. All right, let me take it from this end. Good morning.
Morning, Samira.
Good morning. You are live.
This is Arthur Odman calling from Patala, Bon County.
Patala, Bon County. Go ahead.
No, Samira, I am calling on my two senators, Senator Prince Kamumwe, Senator Johnny K. We are begging you, we need justice. We need Jeffco to serve as deterrent so that people will not jump in a bush to come and destroy peaceful citizens. Let the war and economic crime could be established. We're begging you, your son that document today. Today we'll be listening. Your please sign that document. We need that court in Liberia. We need that court.
Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
John D. Yakwaolo, go ahead.
Yes, thank you for the recognition. I'm calling from Banga. Samira, you know, for me, from the beginning of this war crime code, I was not in favor of it. But I think that this war crime code need to come because this is what the American people want us to do. So because they never came here to help us, so they said they want for war crime code to come. No problem, we endorse it. So I actually my two senators from Bon County to pen the paper on the pen the paper there so that this one can come and we done with it because there are many issues confronting our nation, but they are not going to everybody say welcome for that. I actually understand it. Thank you, Samira.
Thank you. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Please walk away from a monitor. Go ahead.
Yes, this is Parapoli, and I speak to you from district number 5 in County. Okay. And I call to really appreciate people for you people able to provide every piece of information for the purpose. So my attention has been turned on to the World Economic Council. Although I know well, but my friends can be here concerned about the World Cup. I just called on the two senators. Senator P. Kamumwe and
for the creation of war in Liberia. People campaign in countries like the election, how people that participated in a war in this country, they reminded us that they didn't regret their action, that they didn't feel sorry or what they did to the Liberian people. So the only thing that will bring this team to rest, the only thing that will is to bring the war crime close to that people can answer to what they did to the Liberian people. We are calling all the people that bring the war crime, so we need security.
There is a serious need for our security. There is a serious need for economic security. There is a serious need for security for our protection. Please.
All right. Thank you.
For the protection.
Thank you, my brother. Two more calls. We are going to take two more calls and we'll be able to call it a day this morning. Good morning.
Morning.
You are live.
Yeah, I'm calling from Hugo. Down King Street. Hello.
You are live. Go ahead.
Okay. For the economy and work for in Nigeria, you see, they see over God, causing the problem yesterday. They caused the problem yesterday, and the all in government, the actually all around making mostly the citizens, people citizens, they all kill people all around, and people are in the country a lack of family because they are afraid because they work transport and they work transport not only for people who are sick, but for people who are still government money, who corrupt from the government, past government person, whosoever. So we need to stand up what people have. I'm telling you, they are telling you the two senators are in this country. That the two senators that we have now, they are doing, and they tell us the two of them to contribute to on this work.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, Samira.
Good morning. You are live.
Thank you very much. Abraham, are you doing Baka City Bonkan, the DBK?
Okay.
Yeah, Samira, why is it true that the work is very important to us is, and our president also wants for everything to be in interest. The reason that the people are putting stop to the war and economic business is that it wants for the ethnic back election in labor and grandchildren to end before they can even focus on it. But I appreciate people who are bringing it out there before the election because the people really want for Prince George to support them in labor country and that the only way they will win. And we just understanding from Prince George that he will not support the Unity Party or Kennedy in labor because when you support the party win, you will collide with the Unity Party to bring the war and economic capital in the country. So that why you think they're not putting more in that work capital, they want everything to be in like interest. And that can show that party that Kennedy will not win and the work capital we can. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you. It's about time that we be able to call it a day on this morning broadcast. I would like to say thanks to all of you that followed the broadcast this morning. Few things that we talked about. We talked to our international correspondents this morning, and they brought us happenings from Ghana, from Nigeria, from Sierra Leone, and from the Gambia. And we also spoke with the Honorable Yeke Koluba on phone, which of course he said some things as it relates to the government. And the Honorable man said that he'll be working from 19th Street to the Capitol building this morning. Sounds interesting. So we talked to him for an hour. And then we also talked about the issue of the Royal Economic Crimes Court. You all be on the allied, you all open your ears and be able to watch various media platforms as a major decision will be taken today on the Royal Economic Crimes Court at the Liberian Senate. Thanks to you all for following this broadcast. Those of you that followed, those of you that are in Bon County, those of you in Magibi, Kakata, I would like to say thanks to all of you. Continue to follow Voice of Liberia, specifically Good Morning Liberia. My name is Samira Wanla, and I have been here with Sekou V. Sharif. So we see you on tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. Let's maintain the peace and create a better Liberia. Bye-bye. Those that are living are still fighting. Shaka Zulu